Hello, chatto! It's Sundat, and coming up today on Building a Nation with Wisła Kraków, Jesus has risen and nodded one in at the back post. Catalar will hopefully do the same exact thing today. I have 11 disciples, and 7 of them are injured. Hopefully our pilot can be conscious instead of pontious and guide us to our destination, Brighton in the Champions League. A youth intake. Hopefully he'll have the holy trinity of finishing, pace, and acceleration. All that and more coming up today on Building a Nation with Wisła Kraków. Man's got bars. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Get the white smoke, they're already dead. Ah. 8.5 indeed. Sometimes if I just don't show the script off the dome, brother. It's not. Well, it is in the sense that there isn't a script. But I was just sitting there thinking, what kind of Easter puns could I come up with while the countdown was going on? Ah. Ooh. No, basically this all came from the first one. I still want to sign that Jesus Labrador dude. The traditional Easter dance of our people, indeed. Exactly. Oh my goodness me. How is it, everybody? How is it? It can be anything you like, but how is it? Turn that down a little bit. Oh, the Easter punny delivered. That he did. Or she, they, the bunny. Oh, I'm out of breath now. That was far too much dancing. I got too excited at my own jokes there, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, there's only so much I could do and know about. What was it? The Holy Trinity thing, that came to me at the very end. And I was like, do I have time to whack in a Holy Trinity? Oh, fixing fencing. I'll tell you what, it was windy last night. I woke up, looked out the window, and almost all of the wheelie bins in the street just were like, hey, just like fully open and everything, rubbish everywhere. Ours, stoic, like this, like unfazed, basically. Get yourself a good wheelie bin who knows what to do. Good Friday for Friday. In it. I've not had a lot of time off, so my brain's been a little bit fried the last few days, but in like a weirdly
44 months.
That makes sense.
Smile just
Basil
came back
with
from
the 40
Regen and now only
months.
5 weeks till next race in Portugal, 10k, and my next half marathon in Luxembourg. Also, if you and Pog are going to co-next game cycle, I would love to be helpful in any regard. Smile.
Absolutely.
So feel free to contact my on the Discord. Smile. When we get closer into that moment in life. Smile. BTWM not Monda. Smile. I heard my name in vain on Thursday. Smile.
I know. Accidentally slandered you when I was taking the piss out of Mandar. My apologies. I don't know why I even got you two confused. You're not even from the same country as far as I know. I'm pretty certain Mandar's Norwegian. But like, Mandar's going to come in and be like, I'm actually Danish, you absolute fuck. So apologies to everyone in general for everything. MD Games, thank you for the 41 months as well. Oh, dearie me. That's very kind of you, my friend. Right, yes. So, yeah, it is. I went out, basically, I got up this morning, went to make my protein shake, got there, and there was like the teeniest little dribble of milk left. So I went, shit, where the hell am I going to go get milk? Turns out One Stop is open on Easter Sunday, so I just managed to drive to One Stop, but it was so goddamn windy. Mandar not Dutch. You're right, that would make a lot more sense if Mandar was Dutch, given how obviously Dutch his name is. I'm so sorry, Mandar. Please don't slander me too. Call me a prick, please, I beg of you. Right, would anyone like to see the injury situation? I think you should. There you go. Yeah. It's not great. I'm a level with you. It's not. We've had better situations as far as injuries go. That when I said the 7 disciples were, this is they. All of them attacking players
and
too.
So is my wife.
Captain Zeep. Sorry, it's my wife. Shout out Mrs. Zeep / Mandar. Thank you very much for the 57 months, friend. How are you, man? Well, I'm always talking to you in a sense, Andrew. In the sense I'm talking to chat, so therefore I was. Yeah. So I only played like 2 games off stream. I rotated players as well, which made it even funnier. Almost all of these were training injuries. Catalar, he might be able to play today. Momp, no chance. Arola, no chance. Cassidy, no chance. Pena, obviously no chance because he's been out for ages. Fila, no chance. Curans wasn't going to play anyway, but also no chance. Do you know what the best part is? Do you remember in January, last stream when I said to you, you know what? We've got enough strikers now, and we're only playing 1. Let me just loan Eloy Suarez to Bayer Leverkusen for the rest of the season to give him a bit of football, you know? Let him develop a little bit. He's not going to get game time. Narrator, he's a fucking idiot. Because apparently he would have got game time. Let me just show you our... this is our squad now. If I filter out all the players that are missing. I don't know if you noticed, but something quite important has disappeared. Pisani time. If only he hadn't also been loaned. I have set the lineup as best I can for this game, but my God, it is clutching, you could say. We need a Paul Cide Castera type, and I have had to put other fun fact, because a load of our B team and our second team and under 19 players, because they were also in action in some kind of competition on the same day, we don't even have access to almost all of those players either. They are sort of unable to be in the squad, even though they would technically be allowed because of their ages. So I'll show you who was allowed to play in this game. Also, before we do that, though, I will just show you the Youth and Tape preview, because obviously that's the big point of today. Wait, wrong one. There. So, it's shit, but it's got like a speck of gold. Someone's like swallowed a diamond ring or something, and now they're crapping it out. But we're getting the diamond ring out of the poo. That's our plan, anyway. I'm going to go funneling through it and find... I'm sifting through shit. Welcome aboard, everybody. It's Sunday. Yeah. It's not great, is it? But at number 10... Perfect. Can I have him 2 weeks earlier, please, game? Pass, bro.
Slide your
Thank you
feet
for the
up
28
the street,
months.
bend your back, shift your arm, then you pull it back. Life is hard, you know. Oh wait, oh so strike a pose on a Cadillac if you want to find all the cops they're hanging out in the donut shop. They sing and dance. Oh wait, oh they spin the clubs, cruise down the block. All the Japanese with their yen, the party boys call the Kremlin, and the Chinese know. Oh wait, oh they walk the line like Egyptians, walk like an Egyptian, but it don't get injured. B.B.B.B.B.Pls.
Oh, she didn't say B.B.B. please. That's a shame. On the plus side, this number 10 fella, if he's even slightly alright, might end up playing quite a lot towards the end of the season on account of somehow us having not a lot of them, which I never thought I'd ever say in this save. You getting intakes like this in season, what, 6, 7? No, 5, 6, makes me sad. It's spawning as a goalkeeper. He'll spawn as, like, I don't know, what's the role that I literally would never use? He'll spawn as, like, a right-sided winger. Because even when we've looked at wingers, it was always the left side. That's what he'll be. Like a proper out-and-out, to the byline kind of chappy. That's what he's going to be. I can already feel it in my bones. That sounds like my perfect... Oh, yeah, actually, you're right. Other than wide midfield as well, some fullbacks in there too, but still. Like, actually, there's 4 of them, in fact. A 5 a.m. tactic. I don't get up early enough to do that kind of thing, to be honest. So, let me just... I'll run you a little... This is what I've put together for today's game. It's not horrible, but it isn't great either. Mostly because look at the bench. That's it. That is literally it. I could turn on other players, but that's all I'm allowed to see. And you can't see this, but they're all knackered, and there's 2 goalkeepers there. I mean, to be fair, I technically could put another goalkeeper on the bench. That is how bad our availability is. I've got 3 goalkeepers on the bench. I feel like a Premier League manager trying to make a point to the board. Yeah, and when you look at our options off the bench, like Catalar can't even start this game because... And look at Duru's fitness as well. He's barely able to play either. Because obviously I played Duru for the last game to rotate, and then all the injuries happened. So... It's really not great. Our options off the bench are extremely limited. It's Catalar, Bellingham, and that's it. As far as attacking options, or anyone from the midfield onwards, really. Everyone else on the bench is basically a defender. Abdullahi centre-back, Damashevich left-back, Kofi right-back, John left-back, a JT centre-back, essentially, Lucidio centre-back, Piakovsky right-back. We better just hope that Brighton don't be turning up today. Centre-back as a striker time. I'm honestly not opposed to it. I could see a scenario where Joe Bellingham ends up playing up top for us towards the end of this match. And he has done it before once, I believe. And now if we're playing in case of injuries. Good question. Probably Jeremy, right? I mean, what's his... He's got 3 free kicks, 8 technique. That's something. We've got Aguilar, who's got 14 technique. Bro's got techers. Ben, I am fantastic. My team, however, not quite so much. Hence why we're going into a Champions League game with 3 goalkeepers on the bench. And if you know anything about me, you know that that is heresy. And on the day of our Lord, heresy. Yeah, it's a problem, basically. Play a Polish player. I mean, I would love to. If only we actually had access to any of them. It is that bad. They can't even play. Tomashevic is 23, I believe, which is wild to say. But he's one of those players I don't think I'm ever going to sell. Because despite this, he has 19 caps for Poland. And is worth a fortune. And just seems to do it in the match engine. I've still never quite figured out why. I wonder if it's something to do with some of his mental attributes. But he just does it. Though, do you? Well, you don't have to fill all the subs, though. But then, by not putting a player on the bench, you're just leaving a giant space on the bench. So at that point, you might as well fill them. If you've got players to put on the bench, you might as well put them there. I'm not opposed to that. Because you just never know. What if we get 4 goalkeeping injuries in the same game, Shauna? It happens. Maybe. Once. Exactly. I realise I've just used the exact argument that people use when I don't put a goalkeeper on the bench. But it's okay, because I'm a hypocrite. So, you know, up yours. Good mental interceptions? Yeah, it could be. That's big matches. Fairly inconsistent. He does. He loves big matches, apparently, which is always good to know. Spread out on snack. That's true. We can go to the snack zone, baby, with that. I mean, it's mostly just Lucas Sport. Oh, sorry, I should say Holy, of course. Even the team has that on the bench these days. Criticizing hippos, no, I could never. They're bastards, a lot of them. Yeah, it's because it scrolls. I do like the fact that it's displayed on the main profile page. So that is really, really good. So today's plan, because I know last stream I was like, oh yeah, we'll finish the season on Sunday. No problem. No chance. Mostly because if I do that, I will literally not be able to do a recap video for the next stream because I haven't managed to keep up with the work I need to do for that because of making the other video. So in that case, what we're going to do today is aim to stream for like 3 hours till 1 because it is Easter Sunday, and then pick things up on Tuesday to finish things off, and then I'll be able to get the recap done on Wednesday because otherwise I simply would not get a recap video out on time. I ended up working yesterday to get the scouting video finished because I spent 5 hours making graphs. Never again, is all I can say. I thought it'd be super easy. Make loads of stuff, get the data perfectly set up in Google Sheets, no problem. Make a graph, export. Oh, wait, you can't do that very easily, because when you export as a graph as a PNG in Google Sheets, it exports it at a tiny resolution. Yeah, we're also out the cup. Not on purpose either. This was a decent side I played for this cup game, and we just lost. I don't even know why. Catalar played up front for this one because we had no choice. I say decent side. Actually, Hurtadal played as a shadow striker. No renewals on Tuesday. Very unlikely, because I suspect what we'll probably do is it will just allow us to watch a few more matches and actually assess the tactics a bit more, and we could probably do with that anyway, to be honest. Because the plan is to do that, and then I'm going to jump straight. I want to make a video trying to investigate that sort of semi-myth thing about the whole 3-year youth intake thing, because I figure like, it shouldn't be too difficult to test, frankly. So I want to get on that as well. I've just got this real zest for making content at the moment. I just want to make videos. It's what a YouTuber should feel. Oh, mate, Sam, it's so bad. I use it for stuff because it just does that, but I'd never tried to use it on that level, and it was so incompetent for doing it. In the end, I basically had to have a chart that was on its own sheet that was massive, that I could then full screen, essentially, and then edit the data or the stuff on a different sheet so it would keep changing the graph, screenshot it, which took me forever because there was about 37 charts I had to make, and then put them in the video. But it was an absolute nightmare, and half the time I didn't use all of them in the end anyway, because obviously not everything I was actually... The plan originally was to use like in After Effects to do these really cool ones, but that just wasn't working either. Big ideas, but I wanted to make sure I got the video out more than anything else, because ultimately the data is what was important. Was efficient at it. Well, see, this is the thing. Great point that you make this, Jose, because I regularly get, as you know, you see people in chat, the biggest question is, why can't I get my players out for loan? And my usual response is, I don't know, because it's not that difficult for me, and I'm trying to figure out what the difference is. So, I have a suggestion. If there's anyone in chat right now, or maybe I'll ask again later once we're a bit further into stream, because obviously more people, that has that exact issue where they're trying to do a Building a Nation save, they're like a good number of seasons in, they've got loads of players that they're trying to get out on loan, but it will not happen. If someone would be willing to send me their save file, I would love to try and figure out what is different to everyone else's save files to mine. Because that, for me, would then give me loads more information that I can then pass on to people when people do ask. Because there might be something I'm doing differently that I'm not realizing I'm doing. But it's just hard to articulate, I guess. Whole heap of goals in the NHL today. I wouldn't know. I watched us beat Dallas 2-0 with an empty net last night. That was a tough watch for most of the game, really. It was just hockey chess. Basically just hockey chess with like punching and stuff. It was not a great watch, I've got to be honest. So, what we're going to do now is... God, it's so warm in this room. The heating's still on. I forget that the heating doesn't go off till 10:30 on Sundays. God damn. Ducks win. I don't know, actually. I saw a lot of goals going through because, like, Utah put 7 past someone. I think. There was a lot. Hockey chess, that would be fun. It's a bit like chess boxing, isn't it, I suppose? Oh, I know. I mean, Florida are all over the place at the moment, I suppose. But it looks like the Pens pretty much... I mean, not secure with the cup, not with how the East is, but pretty confident, I would say. Stars go, oh, mate. I don't get to watch... Certainly not conference, like, intra-conference games a lot of the time because of the time difference, but... Those first 2 periods, oh my god. It was quite a tough watch. Jeremy's getting another number. Didn't he already have a number? I guess I must have taken it away from him. Yeah, I mean, they had that great run. Was it like 15 straight points games? And then it's just kind of gone away a little bit. There was a point where I thought genuinely we were going to bottle the President's Trophy to you lot. But then just over the... I mean, now I think it's pretty much done. It's 8 points clear and two games in hand. Let's see... Underdogs against Brighton. Brighton are 8th in the Premier League right now, so they are struggling not to fight on both fronts, but they are also Brighton. So what their lineup looks like: Costello, Jorginho, Minter, Berlanga, Hinshelwood, O'Reilly, Nelson, Abal. It's a good team. Over the hub, probably not. I just think that for whatever reason, the style of hockey that the Canes play doesn't seem to translate very well to playoff success, and it seems like they're one of those teams that they like to shoot a lot and get a lot of pucks on net, but in the playoffs, that just doesn't seem to translate to... maybe they just need to get puck luck as well. But you do have Rod the Bod, so there's that. Early prediction, NEC Feyenoord next week. Is it PSV or Feyenoord that are running away with the Eredivisie? Like, absolutely insane running away with it, because that will change a lot. I always forget which one of the two of them it is that's absolutely miles clear. PSV. I mean, if you're at home, I think you could win 2-1, which I know is not what you want to hear, given the way my predictions normally go. Oh, let me just actually have a look through this Brighton lineup properly, because it doesn't show you the lineups properly for long enough before the game. So they've got Verbruggen still in goal. Ojalvo, Ben Nelson. He sounds like not a Regen. He's a Leicester City player. Okay. Jaime Abal, who is a Regen, Spanish. Let's be honest, he's probably one of those guys. Kadioglu, Riley, James Beadle, Juma Ban, good name. Alvaro Montoro, Mark Cucur. What? Any Brighton... Where's Kakasigo when you need him? So Cucurella's back at Brighton. That's a transfer that's happened. When did that... Oh, I think I can actually show it, can't I? I just have to click on his profile properly. Oh, even weirder. So bro went via Newcastle, where he... Oh, wow. Jesus Christ. Chelsea just didn't play him. I think. Yeah, because this is the first actual season of the save. Went to Newcastle for 5 million quid. Didn't really play there until he randomly did. I like how England isn't clickable for some reason. You've ruined it now. Imagine if they just went on a generationally bad run as of me saying that. I'd feel so bad, but I gotta be honest. I can't do anything except honesty, right? De Kuyper, Greenwood, Carreras, Malone, Cullen, Ayari's on the bench still. Van Hecker's still there as well. Their top scorer is a dude called Pol, who... What's going on here? He's Spanish, of course, not Polish. Is he in their lineup or is he injured? It looks like their top scorer is missing from their lineup. They've got ball. Yeah, I mean, you'd be less than that, right? No games in 2 seasons. Yeah, I wonder what happened. Unless it was an injury, perhaps. But he is back at Brighton. Okay. Now, as for the 2 legs, we'll maybe have a couple of guys back for the second leg. Maybe. But it still isn't looking great. Catalar will obviously be fresh to start that second leg, which will at least give us a bit more depth. But most of the other guys are not going to be available for that second leg. This is a really big test for us. Wow, the possession. Holy shit. This does not bode well. Brighton are getting a lot of the ball, and this we do not do well without the ball. Although it will at least give us opportunities on the transition. Aguirre, he was like 5th, 6th choice, number 10 kind of player. Wasn't really seeing much football, obviously, because we had so many of them. But in addition, I, somewhat smartly, apparently, registered him for the Champions League squad once we were able to register players again because we had a little spot, and I thought, fuck it, I'll put a couple more guys in there. And it is just as well that I did. It's... Would I take a 0-0 draw away from home if it's dull as hell and nothing happens? Just to make sure something... We were even missing a couple of defenders, I think. Because we've got Adrian Hernandez, and I've also put in our new Colombian fella who I registered for this too, because I figured that getting him and Aguirre into the squad might be a good idea, because I think our Colombian friend is... Oh, that's not great. He's hopefully going to be a useful option for us, but I'm a little bit concerned about the way we're playing right now. 35 minutes in, no highlights, no shots, no nothing. Oh, shit. Hopefully that's too... Shit. I thought that was going to be a miss or something because it was so wide out, but he might be offside. I don't think he is, though. Oh, it is disallowed! Come on! That did not look offside to me. A good Spanish-born Estonian... Oh, I didn't want a good Spanish-born... I wanted a real Estonian, you know? A pure Estonian. Ken Haug. Atleti as well. I'm assuming he came through Atleti's youth academy as well. Oh, yeah. Atleti's one club man. He's... I want a good player to come from an Estonian side. I want Lina Miskond or... Who's the other one? Flora Tallinn, someone like that. But I think you can maybe get one guy who's maybe 130 PA per save. Like a sim post type of dude, basically. It's a good effort, actually. Diakite, I guess he can't do much about that. Hello, Fry. How's your Sunday going, friend? That was a big chance. The possession's sort of coming back our way now. I mean, if we get out of this with a dull as dishwater draw, I don't think it's the worst result in the world. Especially if we can be slightly better. Spurs have been equalised against by Genk. Didn't Genk knock someone out in the last round as well that was kind of funny? I forget. JK Vapurus. That's a team I've never even heard of. And that's unusual for me these days. So I'll add them to the team reporting, frankly. Wow, that is awful. We've barely even combined for half an XG between... Not even that. And weirdly, I'm okay with it. I think one of the things that does help is we do have our first choice midfield pairing and wing backs. So at least we've got that, and most of our defenders are in place. It's just the creativity up front that is not there. I might switch Aguirre and Herrera over. See if that work rate from Herrera could work better. Let's say they're unlucky. I don't think they have, but I'm going to try and G them up a little bit. I just want to see which one of those two is better for each position. Because they are technically still both AP roles. Well, not AP roles. So he's got decent passing, actually. 14 and 11. Work rate's not great. His finishing's decent. But Herrera's got that work rate, right? 17 work rate, 14 passing as well. Not so good on the finishing, but I feel like I might swap them over for the second half. Even though he's a worse finisher of the ball. Finisher. I think he has the work rate to play the role more. And ultimately, at this point, I'm going to try anything. Why have they now moved around on that screen? That better be a glitch. I did just swap their positions over, right? It didn't do anything else dodgy. FM does that sometimes. In possession, not out of possession. Ah! Of course, yes. Oh, that would explain it. So now we want Herrera out of possession. That actually makes more sense. Him doing... Do I want that? I almost weirdly wonder if actually that might work better. Because Herrera's a better presser of the ball. Yeah, I always forget the combined thing is the one you want to be switching them over on. I'm tempted to actually leave that and just see... Wait, why has the combined now got... Now the combined is utterly broken. What's it doing? Hang on. Why is he now a DLF? I'm on the wrong tactic. What the fuck? I must have clicked the wrong button. Oh, I must have clicked that. I wasn't trying to do that on purpose. Right, that's weird. Right, so Herrera there, Aguirre there. Yeah, that's certainly not going to help. Right, there we go. That's a bit better. That's actually what I wanted, was to leave it as it is. Right, there we go. After all that, I want it to stay exactly as it was. Full of Estonians. Wow. The great Estonian migration, I suppose. Hello, Rob. I'm excellent, my friend. Genuinely. I'll be a lot better if our team just gets through this game and we can start healing a little bit. Centre-backs have looked a little bit sussy. I'm still unsure about this advanced centre-back thing we were trying. I'm wondering if the DM version does just seem to work better. Really hard to say. I feel like it makes us slightly worse in possession because we've got less players that are really getting involved. As advanced as the advanced centre-back is, it just doesn't seem like he gets involved as much as when he was the DM. I think it makes us a little bit more stable at the back. But then I think you also invite pressure as well, so it kind of... It's much of a muchness. Obviously, I don't want to make too many changes in a game where we've got very few players to make changes with, but I would so take a 0-0. Get a 0-0. Try to go to that other DM system in the second leg, perhaps. Plus, we've got more players then. Aguirre's actually had a good little run there. Or a bit of space for Herrera. Go on, Ander. Not Ander. That's not his name. No. Naeem, please turn and shoot. Somebody shoot. Oh! That was a substitution. Wow, that was close. Those never seem to deflect in. Well, they do actually for us quite frequently, to be fair. We've managed to limit Brighton to very little in the second period, but I am just worried that they get one chance and that's it. Right. Benches. Aguirre's really struggled, but our options off the bench are very, very minimal. It's basically Catalar and Bellingham are who we can bring on. The question is for who? Alvarez has been awful, actually, so Tomášević is coming on regardless. This is really tough now, because we've got so few options off the bench, unless we want to bring on one of our 3 goalkeepers. It's always an option. Couldn't change the tactic where the players were. That's... Oh, so you went down to 10 men, but you managed to use the extra... That... I feel like that must have happened in real life a few times, right? But I feel like I can't think of an example of that. But that would be allowed, wouldn't it? If you go down to 10 men because you can't make any more subs, but then you get one for extra time, you could bring the person back on again. There must have been some scenarios where that's actually happened. Why not John? Basically, because Tomášević just plays well and John doesn't. There's no reason why, other than... Like, attribute-wise, there's simply no reason why John should... do I do John instead? So I have to go... You can't undo it, because the undo button doesn't work for some reason. Instead of Tomášević. Yeah, I know, but John doesn't play very well in the tactic. Tomášević does. It's a question of, like... There's no reason why John shouldn't play well here, but he doesn't. His attributes are absurd. But he just does not, for whatever reason, seem to be able to cut it in this tactic. What's his actual rating like this year? He's got 5 assists, to be fair to him. So maybe I'm judging him too harshly. But Tomášević just seems to do the job. He always puts in a shift and he always gets results with us. Abandoned Scotland. Ooh. Recruit players is a nightmare. Yeah. Well, that, in a way, the fact that you're struggling to recruit players is actually weirdly a good thing, because it means that you're going to have that same problem throughout the save, and that makes it more likely that those teams are going to be able to do better things for you later down the line. But it does make it a bit of a slower build-up, I suppose. DM forward. So it's just a straight up... Ooh. So you think we should have a DM out of possession? Oh, I see. So instead of having the dropping back, because I don't think that was working for us, but I think we needed a guy in the pocket, and now we're leaving this pocket open. So maybe you're right. So he's DM in possession, out of possession, but then he moves forward in possession. But, okay, a thought. That's a great idea. Won't do it in the game, but I like that as an idea, because we've got plenty of time to test stuff like that today. So I'll definitely give that a shout. Tomášević does like big matches too. What is about... Do we know John's big matches? We do, but I can't see it, can I? Because that would be stupid. Wait, surely you can see that information in here somewhere. Is there literally no way I'm able to see his big matches? Okay, that is an actual problem. You should be able to see that information in-game. I'm going to trust him, but we will check after the match, and maybe that will form our decision-making going forward. I think we've got to bring on Catalar for Duru here, probably, and most likely Bellingham, because he's the only other forward option we've really got. But the question is, who does he come on for? Obradović, Herrera, or Aguirre? I know he's tired, but Aguirre's playing poorly. You know what? No, I'm going to get on for him, because I think that one is a more pivotal role on the team right now. The rest of the team is basically just defenders. Coffee... Actually, maybe Coffee as well. It saves us another sub if there's an injury, but realistically, we could only really use that out of desperation at this stage anyway. Right. Yeah, the mini card thing is very frustrating. Spurs are losing to Genk. That's the thing that's happening currently. Yeah, his value was very, very high. And the thing is, his CA can't be that high. I think part of the reason his value is so high is because he is an international. He's got 19 appearances for the national team in Poland, which either means they've got a really big hole at left back in their national team squad, or there's just something about him that the game likes, and I kind of like it too. He never really lets us down, despite his low attributes. He always seems to... Oh, dear. Speaking of letting us down, though, that was awful. Please just shoot. Oh, it's such a tight angle. Fuck off. Who was that just let us down? That better not have been... Oh, it can't be him. He's not on the pitch. It's 1-0 Brighton with 15 minutes to go. That was unfortunate. Who was that? 62. We can't see the numbers anymore. I think it must have been Adrian. Also, he's let Ruter go past him way too easily there. And it's a really nice cross. And they have opportunities to get bodies in the way there and they don't do it. 1-0's not the end of the world, but that is literally the only chance Brighton have carved out in the entire match that wasn't offside. So, defensively, we've done okay. And then it's just that one little moment of lapse of judgment. It's coffee, though. Instant response, perhaps. Still? No. Go on, big header needed here. That's fine. I don't think we're cooked yet. I think we can still get a 1-1 out of this, which would be fine. Bring back away goals, I say. This is nice. Better build up. See, he's moving into the right area, I suppose, but maybe he's just not got the right attributes for it now. Oh, that's better. Obradovic. Obradovic, go on, Dushan. Destroyer of nets. No! Yes! Catalan, surely not! I'm just waiting for the offside flag. I feel like it's about to pop. I don't think it... Yes! It's Catalan! Of all people, off the bench, he who must not be scored. It might have been Hernandez, actually. What is the goalkeeper doing there? I mean, insta highlight. Also, Catalan now has 5 goals this season. 4 of them have been in the Champions League. He has 1 goal outside of Europe this year. That makes no sense to me. He loves... I guess he must just really like... Oh, no. Unless, breakaway perhaps, of a deflection. Well, I guess if he was offside when the shot was taken. Hello, wait a minute, Aguirre? Are we going to get on the break here? Imagine Catalan scores the winner as well now. And it's the redemption arc of all redemption arcs. Aguirre's going to go the whole way through, isn't he? And it's well tipped over the bar. Yeah, I think the thing is, I don't know if anyone saw this. The shot he takes actually deflects off the defender's foot before it goes into the net. And I don't know how good of a shot it actually was if it doesn't get the deflection. Genk 3-2 up against Spurs now. Porto beating Manchester City. This season is shaping up. If we were to get through this round, there are some teams going out here. I am so... Oh, wait a minute. This might just be the last highlight rather than the actual one. Aguirre's got a terrible... Notice that John's on a 6.3, by the way. He just, for whatever reason, not saying Damašević would have done any better, but John just does not offer us anything in these kind of matches for some reason, or matches in general. Just have a shot. Please. Bellingham! It's one... Oh, my goodness me. Come on! Have a bang on that, Brighton. Stick that up your seagulls. They won't steal your chips. This is actually really patient build-up. I did not think we were going to get away with this. We never score these types of goals. This is brilliant from Hernandez to drop it to Bellingham. On the turn, first-time shot, bottom corner, big... Both the substitutes make the difference. Come on! Bellingham has been incredibly clutch for us in Europe as well, the last 2 seasons. That is a massive, massive goal that could be the difference between qualification and... Wow! Get in, lads. Why does it still say 1-1 on the latest scores? Well played, lads. Genuinely well played. Come on. But you'll see the middle defender just getting a little bit eaten up by it, slightly. And I'm still not sure that was the... I don't think we're actually... I think we're too good for a back 3. I think we're almost wasting a player by having a back 3 at times. Look at the dominance in this game. They held the ball. I think it was because you score like after the... I believe this only does that when you score after the elapsed amount of stoppage time that the game has set has expired. Because we scored in... It was 3 minutes of stoppage time, but we scored well into the last... Beyond that, I believe, yeah. Hello, Catbot. What a moment to join as well as we just pull off an absolute huge moment there. That is a season-defining moment, potentially. Now watch us balls it up at home. So happy with that. Because I think we only have 1 week off in between. And there is a game in there, I believe. But at the very least, we've got the win. Yeah, so we've got 8 days. Overlap centre-backs. I think that would just push us too far forward, almost. I think we just get caught too far up the pitch with that, without anyone to cover it. I want to try Hadrian's idea with the DMCM thing for... So the thing is, we do already have... So that'll be 3 DMs out of possession. Unless we have him as a halfback out of possession, perhaps. So he'll sit a little deeper. John Big matches, yes. It's something to consider and try out in the midweek game. Even if the squad's not going to be quite for the right one. Right, Johnny Boy, where is he at these days? As a defensive role, yeah. We can certainly have him... We'd have to look into different types of players. Because that means that our usual... Then again, we already do kind of have... With our current CMs, it's we want playmaking man and... aggressive, I'm everywhere kind of man. And we would want more of a bruiser type of dude, perhaps. Let me just find John first. What's his rating like for the year? He had 5 assists, didn't he? Doesn't feel comfortable playing in big matches. So that's possibly part of the reason. It's not the worst it could be, but it isn't great. It is also a little bit weird to me that he only has 16 Nigeria caps, considering his insane value and attributes. Like, what is the game not liking about Olufemi John? There shouldn't... He kind of has all of the things you could possibly want. Like, crossing and dribbling are 15, that's elite. Tackling is awesome. Technique is brilliant. Marking is sensational. His vision is excellent. His physicals are awesome. He's just... Yeah, but we play him as a left wing back. That's the role he plays. He's just something. He can kind of do everything. He's exactly what you want out of a wing back. Like, oh, true, you're right. Yeah, they might not be playing him because Nigeria might not play wing backs. That's hilarious. Yeah, the value is wild. That's the minimum value. Look at the contract he's on as well. $5,000 a week still. That was because he had an international wage clause. It might also just be that they play a system that uses left. Then again, as a left back, he's still more than good enough. So that is very strange. Let's actually see what formation Nigeria play. If you can. I assume that is a thing you can still do, right? I guess we have to look at like a match of theirs, right? Although it might not be saved enough for us to do so. Now, whether they actually are playing that or not, it looks like they probably are. Even weirder. I mean, maybe they actually just aren't playing him that much. Because you'd feel like he'd have more caps by now, given how good he is. Who is their national team manager out of interest? Shola Adigan. He likes a 4-2-4 DM wide and a 5-3-2 DM. How odd. Victor Moses under Conte, yeah. Yeah, maybe he didn't get call-ups until more recently. It's crazy that, considering how good he's been for such a long time. But let's have a look. Maybe his personal thing will it will tell us, won't it? We want... Is it ineligibility? No, I forget. I feel like it's on this screen, but there's another screen you click to access it. And I now can't remember where it is. There's like a... Maybe it's on this screen now. Or is it in Korea? That would make more sense. Ah! Made his debut 3 years ago against Rwanda. Okay. That was 19. Maybe he'll just be in the squad every single match day since then, in fairness. Disgustingly simple CM instructions. So he doesn't go forward, he takes fewer risks, he's just a guy there that's... Basically, he's there to recycle possession and give other players the ball, but also to just be a guy that can break up defensive plays. Okay. That's a thought then. In that case, let's try... Watch out, he's going to build another tactic. A copy of, copy of, copy of, copy of, copy of. All of these are saved, thankfully, so it's not the end of the world. So let's delete this one for the time being. Oh, my apologies. And then we'll use this one as the default now. And then we'll copy this tactic. That's right, you heard. So we're going to do copy of... At some point, the game is going to get bored of these long titles. So in possession, he's a CM. But he's like a basic CM. So just bare bones, central midfielder with no forward run. Oh, of course left would be that. And then... Was that also low passing risk too? Was it also shoot lefts often? Because I feel like that would probably be a good instruction to have on him anyway. Let me just check what you actually said. You didn't have that on, but I might put that on anyway. I might leave shoot less often on just because of the way this tactic plays. And then out of possession... Where is he? So out of possession, he would be there, but he'd actually be dropping defensive midfielder, like that. With the same instructions, of course. Oh, no, out of possession. Marking, tackling. I'd actually wouldn't mind him tackling harder. Trying to break up the attacks a little bit sooner. No marking targets. Maybe pressing a bit more aggressively. Yeah, I just feel like maybe we could get... Maybe I'm overdoing it with these instructions, but at least we've got somewhere to go from there. Obviously, it won't be him playing the role. What does that look like in the combined now? Every change I make makes this tactic look weirder and weirder, and I'm totally here for it. Okay. Plus, it would allow us to bring another DM-CM kind of guy back into the team again. I'm not sure who that would actually be at this stage, but I'll figure it out. Okay. Definitely something to consider. We'll try it in the midweek game, albeit with a rotated side. Tells Katala to come and join him at Tottenham. He only seems to... His record this year is unbelievable. Champions League, 8 games, 4 goals, actually above a 7 average rating. Super Cup, never mind. Extra classer, 1 goal in 20 appearances in the league. Mental. Although he's got some assists at least, so he's certainly doing that part right. It's the only time Tottenham can watch him, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I kind of missed. One of the great things about the Outcast to Icon save was first-time viewers coming in and be like, what the hell tactic are you playing? And then I got to explain it, which was always one of my favourite things. It was explaining stuff. Sorry, Katowice are in for some people there. So the youth intake will be on the 17th, which I presume is after our second leg. In fact, it's after the Herzog game, in fact. So Motor Lublin will play rotated side with the new tactic just to see how it looks like. Ooh. So the Polish Cup is a little bit, not dead, but it's not as interesting as you'd hope, if I remember. I think all the B teams are gone, if that's what you mean. So it's Radomiak versus Lech Poznan, and then Wisła Kraków versus... Sorry. Wait. Radomiak versus Lech Poznan and Arco versus Wisła Kraków, potentially. 2 good strikers go... Oh, no. 18 years old, and he's English, which is just kind of fun. My God. I need to start signing players out of Vitesse's academy. I know we have a couple of them, but Christ on a bike. I just want one Polish dude like that. One guy. Just one dude. But at least now, if we do get anyone great in our intake that's like a 5-star player, we'll know that they're actually good. Because they're being compared to people like Montparnasse. Oh my God. The irony of the doctor getting injured here. Also, Silly's going to be out for a while. 3 months. We will leave him on loan, of course. Gotta keep him out there. And the doctor has fractured his ribs. You don't like to see that. I want to make sure I've got the patrons on loan. I believe I do. Yeah, still at 72, and they are still here as far as I can tell. There's actually only a few of you even on trial here, because we managed to get most of them in the NEC Scout Report. When did we do an NEC Scout Report? I know they might be on the list somewhere, but I don't know when it would have come through at any given stage. Although, actually, it might be coming through quite soon, because we're doing European ones again now, it seems. So we might even see it today, in fairness. Your birthday! You love to see it. Morksol, HHHHHBBBBB, my friend. How are you? Let's have a look. If it's in here, or if there was anyone in here, that is. Looks like no, but that doesn't mean that there wasn't. It just means that they may have gone off the list, but I suspect not. Sorry, I hate the fact that it keeps these in here, even in states where you don't have CA and PA available. It's like, just, yeah. Let me just reshuffle all this, and... Oh! Found this guy. And we move. The less said about that, the better, I suppose. The fact that he has 5-star potential as well is something. Mexico Monterrey, apparently. Just as well he's not in Italian, otherwise that name would be pronounced very differently. I think I am already scouting them both. Yeah, I am. Nicknames... Yeah. David is he's named David now. But yeah, NEC. Well, I mean, I guess it's their surname, right? It sounds like an Italian name, though. Wait, is it not? Oh, it's N.N. F doesn't like it when you don't do the dots, does it? So, as for the reports, I'm not sure. Unless they had no players, but I'm sure they do. They actually don't have a lot, in fairness. Bridgie Southampton game, nice. What was the score? Youth team, yeah. Europa. Well, we actually we lost a couple of teams, unfortunately, from the Europa. Or sorry, we lost obviously Cracovia from the Champions League. It was this. Let me just change the view. No, that's the wrong one. It's team report final, isn't it? Oh, it's just literally one guy. It's. I know there's these guys here as well. I could scout them manually, but they must have moved squads since we got the report. Because the only guy we've actually got a report on there is that other dude who's absolute ass. Yeah, Roofs is... Oh, we had Robin Roofs at MTK, actually, at the start of that save. Saxon changed clubs. Yeah, I'm now managing Holy FC, otherwise known as Wisła Kraków. So... Yeah, so we've got, basically we have one team left in every competition if you include us. Both of whom are at the same stage as we are, because both of them also got top 8 in their group, so they've actually not played any additional games just yet, although they will be doing so this week. In fact, their first games are... What? Holy shit, Dyron. Thank you, man, that is... immensely kind of you. as always, I am very, very grateful indeed. If you have just been gifted a sub by Dyer in there, please do thank him. That's very, very nice of you, my friend. Yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. It's a beautiful day. It's such a lovely day. And it was gorgeous yesterday as well. Like, oh, I had to work for 2 hours yesterday to finish off the scouting video, but Pog and I went for a walk and stuff. I went for a 10k run. I felt amazing. Tried out a carbohydrate drink mix before I went for the run, and my goodness, that was amazing. I was just running around with a smile on my face. I just felt powerful for once. Oh, my days. Ay. I drank some bread. I did. Hanger Honor, thank you for the 5 gifted subs as well. What on earth? You drunk mashed potatoes? No, it's those high five ones. They do like gels and stuff, but they do like a powder that you can do, and it's just, I find that much better and easier to consume because I get hydrated and I get the I get like carbs in me too. So what the? Well, it appears we're on a hype train. Would you believe? James, the fucking cow. Thank you so much, man. That's very, very nice of you. I have to get into a game, otherwise I'm not going to progress anything today, am I? He's going to cry in a minute. First Bellingham, now this. Oh, my goodness me. Holy shit. Thank you, man. That's very kind. And Zed Spitfire as well. Thank you very much for the follow. Also, just in general, I've noticed that there's been a lot more people joining the Patreon over the last couple of weeks. I'm not entirely sure why, but I'm very grateful for you guys. Particularly as I haven't really been doing all much content. I am going to be now because I've actually finally got the bug back, and the balance I've been looking for has finally come back to my life, which has been really, really pleasant. I felt so good the last like 5-6 days. It's been incredible. I just want to do stuff and make things. It's the best. My hyper focus finally circled back around to my job, which is always kind of good, isn't it? So yeah, but thank you. Nevertheless, it's very kind of you. Right. Also, I updated the filters pack. I think I already mentioned that last stream, though, so that's not actually new news, I don't believe. But or did I? No, I did. I finally made the blog post to go with it, though, crucially. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Lewis. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. All the practice. I have got so good at that. But why? I know. That is genuinely exactly my logic every single time, Jesse. It's a tough position to be in. 3-2. Nice. Never scored against that. Well, they have now. Also, turns out there's the Fen Classico derby tomorrow, and it's a 3 p.m. kickoff, and I'm thinking to myself, I could get a decent amount of stuff done by 3 p.m, nip off to the football in the afternoon. It's a bank holiday Monday, you know? You've got to take some time occasionally and get to go to the football. So Pog seems down for it. And also, it's the Fen Classico. I've not been to one of those yet. 2035 intake. Oh, thank God. This is almost like proof that it can still happen. I assume by now you've got the best academy and stuff in Poland, but either way, actually I'd be so disappointed in a way if we got him, because we would probably then have to restructure our tactic to find a way to play him. That is the only thing that could make me change our tactic completely, would be if we got a Polish youth player that somehow just would never fit into our style. Then I would maybe change my mind, if they were that good, you know. Kevin Calyard as well. Thank you for the 36 months, my friend. That is super kind of you. Oh, I'm going to remember the screen this time.
An odd question. Started as Wisła Kraków as well, but I can't for the life of me see my chief scout. Do you remember from your first seasons who it was? Just got more scouts and I want to get better ones.
I don't actually. As in the guy that we had at the beginning, or the guy that we signed then? Because I think I kept our chief scout for quite a while, if I remember. I have a habit of not updating scouting stuff quite a lot. The Fen Classico, it's between Ely City, obviously, and Soham Town Rangers. The big one, as they say. They being me at this exact moment. Yeah, I actually can't remember who our scout was at the very start. One thing I can do is check. Is this guy we were signing for? He's looking a lot better than he was before. Holy shit. What's his injury again? And he's back in the summer. Tell you what. If we do like the idea of this DM-CM thing, train him to play CM in possession, he's alright, isn't he? He's only 18. How has he not got Nigeria caps? Then again, Nigeria are quite good. He is very good. A heated rival. It could be. Doesn't show up recruitment stuff at all. Oh, in that case, I don't know. This might be one of these ones where you might have to remind me outside of stream, and I can go and have a look back through save files to try to find. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Right. One sec, chat. I'll do it now. I should have an early version of the save file, I think. Let's. Now you're going to see just how many save files I actually have. Welcome. FM's not very good at organising this sort of stuff, you see. Let's see. Wisła Kraków stream 1. Where is it? Be in here somewhere. Maybe. Stream 4. Oh, please tell me I've actually got one from earlier than that. I hope I do. I must do it in here. It's probably in here somewhere. Stream 3. Stream 1. There we go. Got there in a minute. No, I mean, it's probably because I never actually showed it, perhaps. But this is the first stream we did. So it's 5 hours of save time. No league games played. Just me building a tactic. Oh, look at those names. Let's see. So staff. No, it's on club, isn't it? Recruitment staff. Our chief scout, 1 of 1. I want scouting staff. Oh. Wills, thank you for the 30 months. That is strange, actually, now. Because we've got 4 scouts. So my guess is that one of them is the chief scout, but we don't know which one. Oh, just go on their profiles. Scout. Scout. It could be a double role, yeah. It presumably... Oh, FM! Yes, I wanted the back button to take me out of the screen I was on. There's these guys here are the scouts, or it could be Peter? Performance analyst. Then you press back and it takes you out of it entirely. All staff, yeah. So scouts there. In that case, I don't know. Chief doctor. Or it's a glitch. Scout, scout, contract, scout. As if it still takes you all the way out. Morning, Single for Life. The DOF, maybe? Where even is the DOF? Director of Football. Is there a... Can you add columns on this screen? Oh my god, you actually can. Except not the role I would... You can, but not... Are you actually... I know. As I live and breathe. I don't know. But I'm also not going to go looking for it for too long, just because obviously I want to make sure we're not... I wonder if it's just a glitch. Honestly, it might be better to look in the pre-game editor and see who's actually listed there. God, I can't even be asked to scroll all the way up. Who I blame for this? I blame Hadrian. Also, Viking, that game earlier, Peak, that you were telling me about, I didn't actually get a chance to really look at it much. I'm assuming it is just co-op climbing game, like the Are We There Yet type thing, right? Because I was literally about to go live right when you messaged me. Saturday for Gooners? That's fine. Porn still exists, Viking. You're fine. Do you know what, though? I was thinking to myself, that could have been Fulham, but then it wouldn't have been Fulham, because we would have absolutely lost to Arsenal. It just... We would not have been up for it. It's just how we are. I'm almost kind of glad now that it wasn't us somehow. Is it good? Right, that's good to know then. Because we might be potentially playing that later. Hello, Anarith. I'm really curious to know, actually, who is the chief scout there. Would you say that it is, in fact, Peak, by any chance? Turgis turns professional. That was the guy we quite like. Didn't we sign this guy from Vitesse? Willem Tway. He looks like one of our better freebie signings for the last little while, but I do need to add him to the transfer list now. Sorry, loan list, because he's finally old enough. Rating's okay, at least. Yeah, I didn't watch the game. I mean, I didn't get a chance to watch any of the games yesterday because I was out and then I was working and then Pog and I were just chilling, I suppose. Particularly when it was like Chelsea 7, but I was just like, oh, goodness me. I mean, I suppose at least they tried, right? I watched the highlights of the Liverpool game as well and just, my goodness me. Semenyo's a bit good, isn't he? Just in general. It is a dual role. So it's the head performance analyst that's also the chief scout. Damn. Bro needs a raise. Good highlights. Well, the ones I saw on YouTube. That is. Okay, so this is the one where we're going to rotate and test this new tactical idea out. But that... Oh my god. Is that full rotation, is it? Let me just try and pick youth prospects instead. Does that help? Nope. Yes, let me put the injured player in the team. Cheers, FM. Probably not. Now Herrera's a real guy. Man, that's got... maybe. I was actually a Cortina, I'll have you know. John, Coffee. Right, so John could start... no, I'll start Tomashevic, actually. I will start Coffee. Pazos is fine. Duru can start because Català will be able to start the next game. So at least a bit more. Look at this. Jesus Christ. Oh, look at the bench. Ah, yes. My favourite bench. 3 dudes. I assume there actually are other players on the bench too, right? It's just that we can't see them because they're not actually in the first team right now. Yes, okay. It is just loads of young Polish men. And I'm kind of okay with that because we have very little choice in the matter. Oh, he's just Chief Scout. So it's just got the wrong name there for some reason. Imagine having a secondary job as a chief job. That makes no sense to me. The storm hit. We got a bit of bit of wind, but that was about it. Other than the wheelie bins all having their lids open this morning, that's the sort of closest we got to there being any issues there, really. That is beautiful out there. We actually won 2-1, Steve. We went 1-0 down in the 75th minute with basically no players in the squad because everyone was injured. I then brought on the only 2 subs that I was literally able to make. We had 3 goalies on the bench. Oh, there he is. He's actually still here. As it happens. Obviously no longer as a chief scout, but he is still here. Sack him. Sack him! Get a real scout. Well, he's a before. Oh, yes, just don't say chief scout. You're right. He's still our fucking chief scout. So, bro was our chief scout for the last 8 years, and I didn't realize because the game basically doesn't tell you. And he's ass. We've got space anyway. Incredible. He's been stealing a living of admittedly very little money. How do I sack you? There you go. I mean, he's on non-contract anyway. Just use dumpster diving. Maybe. Those random bottles aren't going to take themselves to the recycling centre, are they, Hanger on it? Right, in that case, let's get a new chief scout. Half the time, that's what they want anyway. I'm just going to go for the best person I can get because their role as chief scout, obviously, is to be the chief. So, let's go. Actually, see if they're on the staff shortlist. Roy Fleming's still about, but he's a manager. These are all managers. Svenny's obviously on there as a manager. Hello, Hazard. How you going, friend? Leading 2 departments. I know. Guy's an absolute polymath. He's on, like, Forbes lists and stuff, sitting in, like, fancy white chairs with linen shirts on. That's what he's doing right about now. 30 under 30 or something. The system abuser? I bet he takes as much PTO as he can get. Right, what am I even doing? Staff database. Right, there we go. I want scout. Yeah, that's fine. I just want best guy possible. Oh, elite. Hello. Is there another elite? Nah, it's just him, isn't it, really? I mean, he would make sense because he is just the best at his job. Elite Italy. Which is fun to say as well. Right then, lad. What we saying? What about Chief Scout, though? Have you considered being my chief? Non-negotiable. Chief Scout me. Let's go. Yes, love to see it. Okay, we'll get him in. That will probably help us out quite a lot with, like, triaging. Or at least maybe with some of that sort of stuff. Who knows? Roasted. Plans today really is just to stream for a little bit. Probably till about 1 today, just because it is Easter Sunday, and I realised that we actually weren't going to be able to finish the season today. Because if I do, there won't be able to be a recap video fast enough. And spend a bit of time with Pog. And I was going to watch the NASCAR, but there isn't any tonight. Wow. Oh, play some Peak later with the boys. Pog doesn't know what to do with herself. She's got a 4-day weekend. That never happened at her old job. Like, she's struggled to get used to the idea of weekends, let alone a 4-day one. Out with what? Whatever I damn well please. What he needs. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's also given us the ability to play more of the matches as well today. And also next stream too. To get an idea of these tactical changes too. Wow, these are all like freebies I signed in January, aren't they? Wait. There's literally 2 numbers available. Why am I not giving them out? Deary me. If your eyes are hurting, Anarith, that means we're on the right track. We decided to try something and go the other way. Instead of dropping the DM back to being a centre-back, we're actually pushing him up to CM when in possession, but it's like a really defensive CM. And then he's dropping into a DM, dropping DM when we're out of possession. So we're sort of going, yeah, Araya's the guy. I mean, I don't know what Araya actually looks like, to be fair. This is a bad sample, really, because what we want is the league game after the next round of the Champions League, where we can actually play a fuller strength side, he says, knowing that half our team is injured anyway. But Araya is the guy to keep an eye out for in today's game. Just like watching his play. Where the hell even is he? Oh, he's there. Oh, I can't click him yet. Can you still do that thing where you click on a player and it just highlights their name for the entire game? Or does that not do that anymore because it already shows all of their names? I forget. God, they've still got that Marty dude up front. Right, it's this guy here, presumably. Nope, of course not. That would be stupid. It's this guy. He's the channel midfielder. Right, so there we go. Araya's the one to keep an eye on today. Just to see what he does, how he moves around the pitch. It's interesting that he's already sat out to the right-hand side there, weirdly. Working every tactic. Yeah. I just want to feel like... I want to find something. This will be a tough one, though, because this team is, as you can see, Aguilar in goal. Abdullahi's in there as well, but Coffey's in the squad. JT's playing centre-back for us today. Job is in the team, in fairness, and Herrera, Pazos, Aguirre, and Dudu. Click the grass to get rid of the highlight. Wait. Can you? What do you mean? What? Wow. Mihaly... Wait a minute. Hang on a minute. This is not who I think it is it? It actually fucking is. It actually is Mihaly Kata. That is unbelievable. Oh, it's so nice to see. Sorry, for those of you unaware, during our MTK save, Mihaly Kata is like the highest rated guy at the club at the start, I believe. And he was like a guy we kind of built the team around in the early days of that save. And the fact that he's just randomly rocked up in Poland playing for Motor Lublin, that is incredible. It's quite good too. Oh. Nice to see him. Shame that he's not scored. He scored against us, but... Is that cheating? Absolutely not, Kenneth. It's FM, right? It's a single player game. There's no such thing as cheating. If you're having fun, you're playing the game correctly. The best way to learn tactics is by downloading tactics, because then you start to look and watch them play and win, and then you try to look at them and go, right, what is this doing that I wasn't doing in my normal tactics? That's one of the ways that you learn. I am going to make that's one of the things on the list of whatever my hyper-focus goes to next. It's either going to be the youth myth thing, that tactics thing, that might take a little bit more time. I realized basically that I simply cannot... I tried to assess, like, what was it when in 2023 when I was constantly publishing YouTube videos, like the star that I am now? What was able to keep me doing it as long as I did? Oh, what a great strike. And I realized it was because I'd had an idea one day, I'd execute that idea the next day, and then the video will be out on the third day. And that was the thing. It was the quick turnaround, because I didn't get a chance to, like, overthink it. And now I keep going, oh, this needs to be a big project. And it's like, my brain does not work like that. I need to stop that. So it means that what will probably happen with, say, the running series thing that I want to do once I finally get out of... this running plan I'm on right now will most likely be an actual series rather than one single video, because that will actually allow me to do the damn thing. And that's why I broke the scouting video down into multiple videos instead, because again, it would actually allow me to get the damn videos out again. I'm just learning to work with my brain these days. I don't know if they pay for him. I don't know if we can even find out. Oh no, we can, can't we? Because we can check. We saw Kukurea earlier. So we can look at his career stats. No. So he was at MTK the entire time until, what, 3 years ago. Ironically, had like one of his best seasons ever for them right before he left on a free to Motor, and he's not really done a great deal there yet, but it's been there 3 years. We wouldn't have noticed, though, because a free transfer, those kind of just sneak under the radar a little bit. That's a nice pass. Go on, knock it down. Duru! Oh, good save. Okay. Offside. No, it's not offside. Wow. Found more baby snails. I guess snails... I don't know how snails produce... Do they produce quite a lot of offspring? Pazos again with the ball across. Oh, wow. How on earth has he put that over the bar from there? Happy Easter, Tone. 2 yellows, 34 points to his debut. Yeah, that's kind of like... You knew what you were buying with that one. It's like buying a venomous snake and being surprised when it bites you. It's like, well, you know, probably don't handle it so carefully. If anything, yeah. Oh. I mean, Araya's rating so far. Where is he? Where is Araya? I actually can't see it. Is that him there? It is. Okay, so he does get quite far forward. Oh, it's a good effort. 30 eggs. Damn, that's quite a lot. I've always found snails quite fascinating. Certainly preferable to slugs. Not I love slugs, though. He's different. We do indeed love slugs. This is quite a nice little sign so far, at least. It's a free sum for IVF. Fair. You're helping out the snail community. I respect it. Duru's going to he's not going to complete this game. Herrera's kind of struggled, but then Herrera isn't really that type of player. He's really only in the role because he's got no chance. Hey, it's homeless snails, agreed. I want hostile architecture for snails. Screw them. If they're homeless, why don't they just buy a house? Duh. See you later, Jinjo. And now the bots can come in. Oh. Why was that a highlight? I'm weirdly quite pleased with this. Like, I feel like Araya now, the player that plays in that role is unlikely to generate a stupid amount of rating in matches because their job is essentially cleanup merchant who sweeps around, does things, but doesn't create passes, doesn't create chances, really. They're there as more of a disruptor. Oh. Too much avocado time. Exactly. If they just cancelled their Netflix subscriptions, these snails would not have this issue. Paderborn save. I have never managed Paderborn before. Yeah, I mean, in fairness to him, he is a right back, but maybe get it on target, I guess. Oh, I like the pressure in the midfield too. I need to be watching Araya out of possession a little bit more. Oh, nice idea there as well. Hello, the Palace News. That was an interesting touch. Oh, that's a very good pass. Can we maybe defend a little bit? Right, so Araya's now tracking back, but he has left a giant gap in the mid. Right. I feel like that's mostly on our left wing back. Like, he does have a lot of ground to cover there because nobody else seemed to track back. Tomášević loses the ball here and then doesn't make any real effort to actually come and atone for his error. He sort of just... He stops. He just stops. He's so caught. That's mostly just a mistake from Tomášević. But Araya isn't really getting back that. And then he notices the danger and then he tries to plug the gap. But by that point, I don't think that's entirely on him. He is at least... So at least we know, like, one of the dangers of it from a transitional sense, if you do lose the ball in certain areas. It worked in Gibraltar and it could work here too. Mishi B. Oh, Mishi B. He actually was surprisingly useful for us. Perfect time then. Yeah, pretty much. We're testing out a new tactical idea and it doesn't help when half the team's injured, so we can't really see how it's going to work with the actual guys. The Palace News, thank you for the follow. I haven't been following the Scottish League. Oh, I kind of have, actually. I mean, actually less so lately, but I guess it's just been not as much football lately. I still trust them here. Thankfully, we can afford to bottle a few league games anyway because we have such a large lead for once. Usually at this stage in the season, we don't have the pleasure of being able to not throw a couple of games, but being able to sort of throw a couple of games as far as eat a defeat or two, because we are still 13 points clear of second at the moment. Meme players in the summer. That's the great thing about meme players. You don't know what they are until you find them. The biggest one was we did sign up Saturday, Sunday, and obviously that guy we found called Demon Mingler, which is fun. We had a little look. I mean, other than the Arsenal thing, there wasn't really much to discuss, really. I mean, Arsenal, it does seem like a lot of the trophy options are just slowly evaporated, but I still think they'll win the Prem. So that seems like the one they want anyway. I mean, obviously you'd want as many trophies as possible, but if this means that they can now focus on that more and it actually helps them long term, then I don't know if they'd be that bothered anyway. That's not a bad pass, actually. Oscar Pazos. Oh. A 5-way title fight. Okay. I see they've been watching the Extraclasser. Oh, I'd love to see Hearts win the league. And that's saying that as someone whose entire family is Hibs fans. Just because it's... Someone needs to break that hegemony at some point, right? Okay. We've got everybody back this time, although there's a bit of space on the edge of the box. Oh my goodness me. I mean, that is not a tactical thing. That is just our goalkeeper not goalkeeping. There is no instruction that fixes that. It's like he just lays down. Wait. Why are we seeing a replay of a throw-in? You hear by your heart. It depends what type of decision it is, you know? I'm not going to watch this entire goal from the highlight point. That's ridiculous. We're 3-1 down now to Motor. I think we lost to them earlier this season too. Latifi, hilariously, is on loan from us as well. They've got quite a few loan players in this squad. Okay. Araya, though, holding his rating, at least. So he's not getting decimated by ratings like a lot of players would in these situations. In fact, he's on the edge of the box here to even have a shot, perhaps. Oh, okay. 5th and 6th, 40 points. Wow, is that just an element of just like... Because you do see this, the second you sort of drop out of some of the top women's leagues, there is a lot of disparity in quality in some of them. Like, obviously in Scotland, that's the top league. But in England, once you go to like the 3rd or 4th tier especially, some of the results you see in those leagues are crazy. Every single one of them pretty much has got like 2 teams or 3 at most that are absolutely running away with it and win basically every game. And then like 1 or 2 teams at the bottom that just... Like Billericay Town, for example, are I think a 4th tier. But they're... I think they've conceded like 130 goals this season in the 4th tier of the women's football. Are they going to get a 4th goal here? It's 4-1 to Motor. They've just scored every chance they've got. We've not even been bad. Aguilar, he was supposed to be the guy. He's the Paraguay international goalkeeper. Good sweet Jesus. Would do better than him. And yet I still weirdly feel like we could get this back to 4-3 or 4-4 with the right little, yeah. Right, good ball in. Cleared away again, but that's okay, because Araya's... Oh, no, it's Herrera this time, weirdly. Yeah, Araya's certainly not the reason for it, that's for sure. And honestly, I don't think our centre-backs have done all that badly either. I think it's just been our goalkeeper, honestly. He's missed a lot of shots, and Damašević hasn't been great. Blocked again. They're just getting the blocks in. We also seem to have quite a small side at times. Bellingham to Coffee now. Got... Whoa, okay. Streaming this week. Yes, yes indeed. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, basically. The next stream that would normally be a stream that I'm not going to be doing is the 16th of April, which is a Thursday, because I'm going to Manchester on Thursday. So obviously I couldn't stream, unfortunately, which is why I'm doing so many of the in the meantime to make sure I need to get some consistency back too. I hate a lack of consistency. Even if it's consistency of process rather than consistency of output, I just want to be consistent with it. Right. Bench options are... Wow. No one. Okay. Coffee's been really bad today, actually. Am I going to bring on Eldrick Barnes? I think I am. I genuinely think I am. What a day for him. Advanced wingbacks. True, but we were playing them before and it was fine. But maybe that's another thing. We could switch them back down a little bit so they just give us a bit more defensive stability, perhaps. But I'm not sure how much difference it would actually make. Because I wonder if we'd then lose what they're giving us in the other sense, and then we'd have to... It's like a ripple effect of stuff, I suppose. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Yeah, I found about ASEC Mimosas, would you believe? No, that wouldn't be Rit. He'd be like Kauno Pillars or something, wouldn't it? Right, Pazos, maybe? I'm just looking to see if anyone's on the bench that is bring-onable. Hang on, does he, like, filter out? Because there's a lot of players on the bench that clearly can play those roles, but he's excluding them from the search. Oh, and you can't do that on this screen. Because, look, these guys are all like strikers and AMs, but my assistant is essentially refusing to recognize them as footballers on here. They're just not showing up. And I know it's because they're not in the first team, but I can't tug the first team on. Right, in that case... Who's even coming on here? Is there any CMs? There is this... this guy was quite highly rated from our intake last year. So I'm going to get him on instead of Pazos. Yeah, I guess he will. But these guys, like, I mean, he's single gold star. Like, those guys aren't even that bad. They are bad, but they're not that bad. He can play centre as well, Mercado. Maybe instead of Herrera? Yeah, he is bad. Probably because he can't play the DM side of things. Tosin Sunday? It's close. Okay. That's going to be... Yeah, he's just like... He refuses to acknowledge the youth players at all. So we get a disparity. Oh, did I miss something? Armenians First League. Let's go. Wait, what? Oh. For some reason, the full link didn't get transferred. That's weird. There we go. How strange. What? Still only 8 points clear, though. Now, in fairness, Noah do have the slight advantage of the fact that all their goals go in 2x2. So they've actually only scored like 100... They've only scored like 83, which is about par for the course for the rest of them. That's pretty... Jesus Christ. Shout out to Ararat as well. It's, Wait, is this not the top flight? Wait, there's only 4 teams in the top flight. That seems like it would get boring after a while if you're one of the players like, oh, we're playing them again. It's like the NHL playoffs. Wait, you're right. Who did Ararat girls beat if they've got a win under their belt? It's got to be Alashkert, right? They're not clickable. Wait, is their fixtures? Shout out, though, to this lass here. 46 goals in 12 games. Imagine scoring 43 and not winning the scoring title. Any tips? I guess, Kenneth, you're going to have to be a bit more specific as to what tip you're really looking for. Like, as in a tip about what specifically, because FM is a very broad topic, right? And I'm terrible at giving tips as it is. Either way, that's amazing. Yeah, I don't think we can see their fixtures, sadly. Oh, we can, apparently. James has come to the rescue. So it was Alashkert. Pick up those guys. My tip. Oh, tip to tip. Yeah. She'll get a move to a big... Also, imagine as well, you get like 43 goals in 12 matches, and then you lose the scoring title to your teammate. So Robinson Scouting. So I have, as of this morning as well, another scouting video out. But I have several videos that are to do with scouting, but like, ultimately, scouting is a very broad topic as well. It will depend heavily on the level that your team is managing at, oh my goodness, what sort of players you're looking for, who you're managing. There's all sorts of different things that matter in that. But I do have several videos that talk about that, including one today which discusses the deeper elements of the director of football thing, as well as... Oh, I did the math on the Spanish thing. Hadrian already knows a lot of this math as well, but it is just funny. I basically did a test with the same exact database, but one where I had Spain turned on and one where I didn't, using my same optimal setup. In the test, there were 180-something players in the entire world that were above 160 PA. When you have Spain turned on, it generates loads of these guys in the lower leagues. There was 850 guys who were above CA, above 160, just in Spain. That's how much it affects it. And they really do need to look at that. How have we not scored again? We are doing everything except scoring a goal here. Oh, my goodness. Hello, Mum. Happy Easter. It's actually crazy. Spain... Italy, France, and Germany do it as well, but it's nowhere near as bad. But it's still quite bad. Germany was like 300, Italy was like 180, and France was like 180 as well. It absolutely floods the database. So you've got to be careful with those. Come on, get to it, Mercado. Not going to bother running. Okay, lad. Araya's actually gained rating. He's gained rating as a defensive sort of player in a game that we're losing 4-1. And he's just been absolutely done there. Ooh. I haven't even had a chance to see the match stats for a little while. 200 PA. There was at least 2 of them had 200 PA, yeah, and a load of them above 190. We've had 23 shots, 10 on target, and lost 4-1. How about in England? I didn't actually check, but England doesn't seem to do the same thing quite as much for some reason. I believe the main issue is because with Spain and Italy especially, there's so many divisions at the lower levels so quickly. Because Spain splits at like level 3 and so does Italy, and it gets really, really massive. In addition, the Spanish youth leagues, I think is what Hadrian was also saying, are part of the reason it goes so ridiculous as well. So yeah, be careful with it is all I would say when turning Spain on in saves. Either view only or playable or anything. It will... I wouldn't be surprised if Spain win every single major tournament for the rest of this... Not for the rest of the save, but at least for the next 10 years because of those guys finally blooding in. Because there's just so many of them, basically. Look who's bottom. It is... Huddersfield... Oh my god! I was expecting not to be surprised, then I am. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That is kind of shocking. We had Preston and Wickham both go to National League North and South on my last save as well. What happened in this game, man? I don't even think we were that bad. We did give up a few chances, but with a worse team, but I still think there's something there. Sort of, maybe. I won't play it against Brighton in the next game, though. That's something I'm definitely not going to do. We'll switch it back over to this one for the next match against Brighton to make sure we can actually have a chance of getting through. Oh, sorry, who got sacked? Him, of course. Didn't say who gave it. I suspect if it was today, Beboy, then it was most likely either James, Hangarona, or Dyron, because there was a little cheeky little hype train earlier, and there was quite a few of them, which was very, very nice. So I suspect it was likely one of those guys. I hate that Michael Feeler's out, too. That goal-scoring title's not going to win itself. Spain seems to be the one that is really the problem. The others are quite bad, too, though, because it does seem to massively upset the balance of a save. What about regions? I actually just don't know what's causing it, but the crucial thing as well is that it was the sheer number of players as well that were generating at lower league levels. Where they're like 4th tier sides, but they had 5-6 guys that were all 170 plus, especially at 170 plus. And 170 plus is absurd. I'd be amazed if we've got more than like 2 guys that are 170 plus in this save right now. Maybe more than that. It's hard to sort of know where we pitch ourselves at this point. But I reckon Mumbler would be one of them, right? He's the player that I would say he's 100% probably in the 190 range, maybe. And we got very lucky with him. How is he a fairly inconsistent performer? Have they seen him play football? God, I hope he comes back soon, bro. As soon as I saw moderate thigh strain, my heart sank, frankly. A lot of 3rd and 4th tier sides. The B teams are in the fake leagues. Right. It's definitely something they need to look at. Because although it was definitely a thing on 24, because as we know, that's sort of how we ended up doing that stuff in Spain, I don't think it was even as bad as this was. This was seemingly next level. Yeah, they don't need the boost. Yeah, exactly. I do want to test that boost thing properly to find out just how powerful it is across different leagues. That's probably a thing I definitely do want to look into for a video idea, is just to try to... Because sometimes you always hear people say, oh, that's not actually a thing, but I'm now very convinced that it is 100% a thing, just because I've seen how youth intakes have played out in this save and my other save after you get past those first 3 seasons. It does seem to just drop off a cliff no matter what. Now, obviously, your team is likely to be better by that point, but not to go from 5-star intake to 1-star in a single season. Like, we've not had a good intake in this save since the first 3 seasons, I don't think. Why am I still being shown these dudes here that are so expensive? Unless they're young as well. They're all at big clubs and a bit older. Actually, wait, you're a centre-back. He's £20 million, so there is that. But he is a centre-back with some quite good attributes here. His aggression's a little low, as they all seem to be. I know, James, I just want one of your intakes. Not asking for much, just one. That's all I ask. Let me get rid of the crap guys at the very bottom. No offense to the Patreon regions that are showing up in here as well. Obviously means they're coming around for another scout report time, which is good news. Right, we'll get rid of you. Who are you wanted by? Oh, it's a youth contract. Wait, no, you're wanted by someone. Casapia. It's always them, innit? Kiribaz guy at Cardiff. Never heard of him. Bet he's rubbish. I bet he spends all his time making databases and stuff. Ben Martin is reasonable, so I can scout him again and get us back to the main list. Right. Any freebies in the lower part of the list? Yes, there is. Kieran Stafford of Brecon City. He's a goalkeeper, but he's all right. Unless he wants something dumb, which he doesn't. Awesome. These guys are just Lone Farm Supreme, particularly with how many of them we managed to actually get out. Get you as well. Right, nice. One done. I'll take you. You guys are all a bit more expensive. You are playing for a team called Kozara. Not a team I'm super familiar with. Great name as well. Milorad Grigorievich. Ooh. Might scout him further, since we would have to pay for him potentially. He's quite cheap as well. Emmanuel Suleiman, another dude at Remo Stars. Or Ramo Stars. Is he fully scouted? Maybe not. Chilean fella. It sounds like a Pokemon. If it isn't, it certainly sounds like it should be. He's very cheap at Africa Sports. Gary Deoro. Alright, Gaza. I see you. Anyone else that's fun? I mean, thankfully, those guys are all smaller knowledge, so I've got time to go around again on them. Iranian guy at Persepolis. That's quite a bigger side. This guy's called Judgy Ngoy. Good name. Brazilian dude. Flavio. Oh, I thought it said Flavio Baggio. That would have been amazing. Egyptian guy. Guy called Julian. Oh, that's the guy at Zag. Guy at Trenchin. Anyone that really stands out further up at a slightly smaller side? Hello! 5-star man at... Sorry, who? Cyclones Cali. Oh, forgive me. What is this first name? I know Colombia have some fun names, right? But what is this first name? Josten Aponza. That is the most Colombian first name I've ever seen. We need Inferno here, really. I guess... it's Johnston, isn't it? Johnston. Yeah, Johnston. I've never seen a player with that name before. And he plays for Cyclones Cali. Hang on, they're actually not amateur. They do have contracts. I only signed a new contract. Ah, man. I don't hate him. It's rare that you see a player even have 5-star potential in that initial scout report on one of these clubs. He feels like a guy I'm definitely going to just sign later for 100k, and just to sign a guy from Cyclones Cali more than anything else, right? I like him a lot. Is there anyone else in here I'd really want to go after? You're a bit expensive. In fact, you're very expensive because that. You're called Mason Nagy, but I keep pronouncing it Noj in my head. Surprisingly cheap, actually. Is he fully scouted either? No. There's Richard Mina of Colombia as well. Plays for Fortaleza. Right, what about this dude here? He's an Argentinian international centre-back. He's a little bit good. Yeah. Jumping reach, pace, passing, marking, first touch. 22 as well, so we could see his big matches, which scarily we don't... Oh, he does. He enjoys them. Loves big matches. Did we want to sign him before? Wait, is this the guy we looked at before? Holy shit, he's got a lot better since we last looked at him. You're right. You're absolutely right. I think we tried to sign this guy in the summer of centre-backs, didn't we? Yeah, I mean, it might be that his wages are so high. But if he's... do we have the money, firstly? I mean, we will in the summer, of course, but do we now? Just about. Which is good, because otherwise we would be in trouble here. For me, he is a first-team ready player, which means that he could demand first-team wages if he joined us. Which means he'd have to be sort of in that sort of 50 to 60,000 a week range, I think. No, it's contracts I want, isn't it? Which is under club as well, isn't it? Or is it under recruitment? Of course it's under recruitment. Highest wage at the club is 64 in the form of Pena. No, it's not. Hang on. It's Pena and Montperu. So 64. So we couldn't really go much higher than that. But if he was around the 60 grand a week mark, I'd be very pleased with that. Because it would allow us to take a step back. I mean, he may not even sign for us anymore, potentially. Let's just ask. Oh, yes, please. 45 grand a week. I mean, it'd probably be closer to 60. I don't know. I want to get rid of that. Oh, wait, hang on. No. Domestic Cup in a couple of seasons. Long contract is fine. These are non-negotiables. That one isn't non-negotiable. We can take that out. I could probably negotiate his wage more than anything else. Bloody hell. Hang on a minute. He was the guy a couple of years ago as well, but we couldn't afford him then. But now, he could be the guy. And he's only 22, which does mean we'd have to carry him in Europe stuff. What would they want, though? Wait, would they actually take, like, 17 mil? I'd probably take that. 17 million up front, and then after 50 league games, another 3.5, which is, you know, at that point, nothing. I'd certainly pay 17 million for him. Half the 3.4. I don't think I even need to. I mean, I could get rid of that instead. Like, to me, when he's made 50 league games, that's nothing to us. That's like a mid-signing, perhaps, that we'd lose. And I say lose, what we'd gain. Yeah, we take that. Then that way we get him to partner with someone else. And if we do want to use 3, he can play in there as well. Captain could get a lower wage. Hang on, kept what in? We just got a lower wage by asking his agent for a lower wage. Half the I know, but like ultimately we've already got them less on the fee anyway, so I'm fine with that. To me, that's a realistic amount of money. And he can play DM if we do want him to revert back to the other tactical setup too. Doing this in March is great. Release clause. We've got a release clause. There's a release clause in there, but it wasn't the release clause isn't locked, so we could get rid of the release clause anyway. As far as I know, the release clause was not non-negotiable, so we should be able to just take that out. Physical attributes. Height is just on his profile, and weight isn't in FM24, isn't in the game at the moment. You can't visibly see it. Sorry, I realize it's hidden behind my face cam, but the height is down there. He's 6'1", but the weight isn't a visible stat on the main screens in 26 because reasons. Let's deal with this. Yeah, I mean, thing is, that's non-negotiable. I could take that out because obviously we wouldn't want to lose it, because if he's that good, I'd rather not, you know. Oh, is it? Okay, in that case, I might like to switch over. Wow, regular starter? Actually, I'm fine with leaving it as is, because if you change this, he might want different things on the next page, and I'd rather just go with what we agreed. 49,000 a week, right. Yearly wage rise, no. We'll get rid of that. That'll also get rid of. I'll just bump his base wage up. I'm happy to pay him more base. Can I even give him 5 years? No, I can't. Higher agent fee as well, because we can afford to. Not by much, but... Fucker. I should have removed and excluded it, but I thought, they don't normally lock it straight away. Do you know what? It's not heinous. And I feel like the whole point of Alfredo Mana is that we're bringing him in to... No, I think it's locked. All I can do is reduce it, I think. Yeah. It's not awful, especially as the whole point of Mana is that we're bringing him in with the idea of he then becomes the senior player to allow us to develop the other guys a bit more. So it wouldn't be with a plan of him being here forever anyway. And if we're signing him for 17 million, you basically make 100 mil on the deal when he's not even going to be on stupid. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And you can always renegotiate it at some point, right? That's totally fine, I'd say. Yeah. He's too good not to have. Would I've the reason I was reticent to remove it there is because just in case the agent just goes no, because we have had that happen a few times, and I didn't want to have it happen with him, because usually they'll put it back in, but it will be negotiable or something like that. But it's fine. Right, finalize promises on you. 1 year contract, probably a bit more than that, eh, Kieran? Enjoy Pushchania Pormitsa, who I don't know if they're still winning the league or not. Yeah, too good of a player. Compromise the release clause. That doesn't do that, though. The release clause thing with the contract extension doesn't actually do that. The boat clause thing only works if the board sell the player out from underneath you, as far as I know anyway. Apparently Teddy Yao's moved. Sorry, not Teddy. Eddie Yao to... Oh, no. Wow. Move stuff under the player pick. Oh, that's kind of a good idea. Ah, yes. That's much better. Because I feel like that's where my eye would naturally go to anyway, is below the player to find that kind of information out. So that makes complete sense. I'll have to update that for Tuesday then. Yeah, we're still 9 points clear at the top of Radomiak of all people. But Legia are still in there, thankfully. I have been saying for a couple of years that Gornik feel like the type of team that should be getting into Europe soon, because they're slowly building a really nice loan sort of contingent there, and it's working for them. I'm so pissed at Korona Kielce, though. Because they could be in Europe next year if they win the fucking Conference League. But they are looking like relegation is... And also Lechia could be circling the drain again. Every year, they're going to go down one of these years. Pushta are bottling in it as well. Lechia are a proper embarrassment. They've been so bad. They've kind of gone under the radar a little bit with how bad they've been over many years now. When you look at the last few finishes, in fact, ever since they had that runner-up spot to us, they've been, what was that, 12th? Then the year before that, they were 15th. This year, they may go down, potentially. Hello, Pixter. Dropped his wage back down, I guess, but I said where I had my limits when I went in, and I was happy to give him that. But you're right, all we really managed to succeed in doing by bumping his wage up so much was getting rid of the 10% wage rise, which is important, but it wasn't worth that for sure. Did you get something? I guess, but obviously with the release clause, you get the release clause either way. That the extension... You're right, though. I probably could have put the contract clause back in just so that we got that there, but I feel like he probably wouldn't have lasted that long anyway. If he's that good, he's probably going to get sold before we even have the opportunity to extend his contract. But that's okay. If he's only here for like 2 or 3 years, then I'm fine with that, because in order to sell him... The one thing we do have now, though, is we can now basically go, every time he wants to leave, we just say, someone can pay your release clause, then you can leave. So someone's going to have to stump up stupid money to pay for him, which they may well do, but we're going to get like max fee for him if we do sell him. So it's still semi on our terms. If his release cost was like 40 million, then it would be a very different story. See you later, Rick. Easter-related names. I don't think we've actually looked yet. Speaking of looking, we didn't look at the Conference League in Europa. Lech Poznan, 1-1 draw away at Aruka. Not the worst result in the world. That definitely could... With a home win, they could get through. It was the Corona versus Braga I was worried about. Lost the away leg 2-1. They won the entire goddamn thing. They draw Braga, who had a poor group, but you know how these teams are after Christmas. I still think they could get through, because if they do, there's never been a better chance for them to go all the way. When you look at the teams that are left in this tournament, Girona, Stade Rennais maybe, obviously NEC as well. There's not stupid elite teams left in it. Really, really high-end teams that there usually is at this stage, with England and Italy not having teams here at all. Mikey Galley, thank you for the 38
Did you
months,
know that if you put 38 months end to end, you get 38 months?
Big if true. I'd like to see the working out on that one. What happened to Liverpool? I think they just finished quite poorly in the league last season, because Brighton were in the Champions League, who were playing next, in fact. So the league definitely got shaken up a little bit in England. It's still largely the same, but it's rare that players actually ask for release clauses from us these days, because we've got enough clout that we usually can avoid it. But obviously he is a first-team signing, which is rare that we ever make first-team signings. Although, you were absolutely right, chat. He was definitely the guy that I tried to sign 2 summers ago, but we had way less money and way less clout, so we just couldn't really do it at the time. Vietnamese bloke scoring for Bayern, possibly, although I do need to quickly look up Sven's Hens first, because I realised I didn't do that 24 minutes ago. And I am so sorry, and I'm now going to sneeze. Oh, there he is. They were challenging before, although it looks like they've lost a couple of games lately. They've fallen off a bit, but they are still only 3 points off the top. Like, it's not impossible for them. Don't know how many games are left. It's, what, 22 game season? 4 games to go. Goal difference is the best of the bunch as well. The fact that they're even up there challenging is a great start, because they haven't been challenging for a while. Every year it's been relegation or promotion. They stayed up last year, and now they're finally doing well. Okay, Egg. Now, there is definitely going to be Egg in here, but unfortunately Egg is going to give us quite a lot, because you'll get like all your Eggersteins and Or just two dudes called Egg. Never mind, I stand corrected. My apologies. There's just Lucas Egg. I wish he was more cracked as far as his attributes, but he's not, sadly. He's kind of just... Oh, he's average, right? And then you've also got Lucas Egg. Presumably his twin brother, who has the same name as him. What a guy. An Easter. There would definitely be an Easter. There's also Easter Road as well. There is two, actually. There's Bobby Joe... Great name. Why are these never players? There's Esther as well. You've got Russian Easterlow Aubrey, MP. Bobby Joe Easter and Franny Easter. But Bobby Joe Easter, he's got a mustache as well. He drives a lifted vehicle. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he drives a lifted vehicle at this point. And I clicked on agent. It's the Lucas Eggs. Hey, ironically, their parents weren't listening when they said not to put all your eggs in one basket, but they did because they put them all in the name Lucas, sadly. You hate to see it. AFC Totten. You're right, he's a recruitment analyst. He's the most fake man a man has ever been. I don't think he's Amish. He's just, right. Celtic. There we go. Regular beard and fake mustache. Yeah, for some reason, he just has, like, alopecia specifically on his top lip. So he has to wear a prosthetic mustache. Because that's a sentence I didn't think I was going to be saying today. But I have now, and you're all more intelligent for hearing it. So Celtic at the moment... the best way to look at it is in here, right? We want honours. Unfortunately, without having Scotland switched on. Right. Have they won every league title in this save? No, they didn't win it in 27. And that's it. The only title they haven't won was the 27 title. So presumably Rangers won it.
Chatter. Last time I was here, I told you all about my dad passing. Well, we have had the funeral. I did a speech which everyone enjoyed, and I currently wear one of his rings. Sorry for bringing the mood down, but thought I would share. Also stuck in the VODs. I am about 4 seasons in front in my save. I won the Europa League and struggling in the Champions League.
Firstly, once again, my condolences to you and your family, of course. It's great that you were able to do so well and do a speech that everyone enjoyed. That sounds like it went down really well. Wearing one of these rings, that feels like... Well, I mean, I only wear one piece of, like, jewelry. And this ring here, this was my granddad's ring. It's just a silver ring that he had. It's nothing, like, expensive or anything, but it was my granddad's. So that's why I wear it. I wasn't really much of a jewelry wearer, but... It's just that little thing that just reminds me of him, I suppose, you know? It's nice to have those little trinkets that you can do that with like watches and necklaces and bits of jewelry. So that's cool that you do that. You see it and just think of it, I suppose. And please don't feel like you're bringing the mood down at all. It's always nice to hear from you, and I hope that you're doing okay. I know it can be an awful time. So I just hope that you and your family are doing okay. That's all I can say. And yeah, much love from myself and chat, of course. So Celtic have been winning things, essentially. They have a DM called Aidan Burnett, who is very good. He'd actually be a really good DM for us. The stamina is glorious. I thought he would conquer the world. It's true. I mean, like a scout. He's 22. I like that Nigerian fellow we were scouting. I can't remember his name. We've actually got a couple of Nigerian guys that I've got really high hopes for in the scouting money right now. The guy we looked at earlier, and there was also that 16-year-old centre-back whose name escapes me. Sikude, I think? He's very good. There's Pasqua at places. At least he's actually a player. There's Gianluca Pasca. Not to be confused with Pasta. Why are they all 22? I'm guessing he's one of those regions as well, actually. Oh, dear. Bunny. Yes. Bunny is definitely around. So is Beauty, and lots of other fantastic names, thanks to the women's side of the game. There's still only one There's only one bunny. That actually surprises me. I guess you'd need to have Jamaican women's teams to have that name pool. But so, Bunny Shaw is the only one. We do have... Real lady, in fact. Kessia Bussy. But no more bunnies. You'd think with a name like Bunny, it would kind of just... There'd be loads more of them, given what bunnies tend to do. Kaja. I see. So the also known as might be what's doing it, potentially. Fair enough. Kessia who? You heard. Ronnie Daly just cooking in there as well, in the background. Let's see. Chris has women's players. I believe you can do, yeah. As far as I know. They may be a little bit limited given that we don't have most of the leagues other than the Polish Women's League switched on. There's George Bacon, Paul Bacon, Craig Bacon, and Caden Bacon. I think my favourite is Caden Bacon. There's just something about that name. Just a really angry Northern Irish bloke called Caden Bacon. Yes. He'd make you into a Sarnie if you look at him wrong. Right. I'm going to actually get us set up for this game, figure out what squad's actually... Oh, my God. I just realised I did a rotation squad for all matches rather than next match only, which is probably about time I did a quick pick anyway, because we need to change things. So, Adrian Hernandez and Lucinho. Okay. Naeem and John... no. Then Hjörtedal and Abramovich the other way around. Arola is literally not fit to play, so we probably won't be starting him. I'll probably start... It's going to have to be Herrera again, isn't it? And Aguirre, probably. We just filter out who's not actually available for this game, which is most players. Hey, there's actually a bench now. Incredible scenes. Wait, I think our bench didn't get updated, did it? Let me just clear the bench. Because I don't think it actually cleared that. Pick without restriction, unpick positions only. That should help us a little bit there. Yeah, it removed some of the guys that were mostly youth lads at this stage. Duke Nukem with the 68 months. It's nearly the funny
Bacon,
number.
Former strike partner of Cole Hashbrown, of course.
Naturally. Champions League, it's good. We got very lucky. I say lucky. We played well away at Brighton, but we have most of our team missing. So we went behind in the 75th minute, but we managed to equalise immediately afterwards through Catalar of all people. And then Joe Bellingham scored the winner for us in the 94th minute. So we actually have a 2-1 lead going into the second leg, which is good, but half the team is still injured or missing. And that is a problem. It's going to have to still be Aguirre, isn't it? Actually, I'm going to do Herrera like that way around. I think that worked better in the second half when Herrera was doing more of the running. And we'll give Jediva a little rest. We just have to get through the game, basically, and then hope that that's enough, because I think everyone should be available, or at least enough players to field a proper lineup by the time the next match day comes around in the Champions League. It's just this one. I am actually going to put back on the bench, though, this guy instead of a goalie. I'm risking it. Hello, Millennium. It happened on Easter Sunday. It's true. I've been resurrected from the sleep that I was having earlier. I'm just going to have a quick wee break, an early one today, because I've been trying to be more hydrated, and I'm going to grab myself a holy so I can get a holy hydration in today. But enjoy your whiz quiz, friends. Back in a second. Right, I was going to say did anyone get it, but they did. It was Sarachi. Yes. Different, I know. We've been doing some La Liga ones lately because, well, I was running out of Premier League players, to be honest with you. Right. Holy Home. Yes. Bitter blue raspberry. Today. I felt it was a little bit too early for caffeine today. Raw scoop time. I'm pretty certain I would never agree to such a thing. I always take the wrong lid off as well. Right, there we go. Get that sorted. Lovely. Yeah, I haven't had the blue raspberry in a while, so. And it's just so blue. Which is weird, because the powder itself is white. But the second you put it in water, blue. Magic, I would say. Right. Let that do its thing. I can actually put a lid back on properly. Because I'm a human being with motor skills, some might even say. Lovely. Right, and blue time. The amount of times I've nearly done that with the lid off still. Don't mind me. So I think that lineup is going to do just fine for us. Just need to get through the game. Even got the blue shaker today. It's the dream. I'm still worried about that front line, but we do what we do, right? Exclamation mark holy. You know the drill. SYC at checkout. SYC5 at checkout. And they've also got another deal on at the moment where you get £10 off as well, on top of all that. On loads of different things, in fact. Which is awesome. So, this definitely can't go wrong for us, right? 2 players in the squad, of course. The fact that Pena is on the bench really is a bit of a waste. He is like a good 2 months away from actually being able to play any football for us. But he's just here because, yeah. Making undefeated league season, not even close. I think we've had at least 2, 3, 4 defeats every single season. Kind of makes me feel things. What, you mean like this? Oh, sorry, I get it. Left hand, understand. I see now. I've also just realised my lights at the back have stopped working and now they're just stuck on blue for both of them. How very odd. I'm pretty sure it's Celtic Gamer. Thank you very much for the 15 months, friend. Had your unbeaten season. Oh, have you guys seen this? Hadrian, have you got a Gyatso link I can put up on stream? Hadrian's unbeaten season is amazing because it's the exact type of unbeaten season that I'm doing in this save somehow. It's the worst unbeaten season you've ever seen. We've been out of squad numbers for quite a while now. What happens is that because we've assigned so many to them for like random cup games and stuff, a lot of them get loaned out. So it sort of keeps them there, but then we have to like reassign them constantly. So it seems like 98 and 99 constantly get added as like the rotating squad numbers. The rivalry I had, it wasn't Marlon Hilly, was it? Oh god, that's so bowling alley coded. I'm ready for it. All we need to do is not lose. That's our task. Oh shit, they've got their big striker back though. In fact, their team looks quite different to last time around. They've got like, I don't think Gruder was in the lineup last time either. The backline looks the same. They've got Hidgerwood and Carreras, but Minter's in there too. Gruder. They've got their big striker back though. That's what scares me. This dude here, who no doubt is one of those Spanish lads, given that he's 23. He is. I'm really hoping that our back three can deal with him and keep him quiet, because then again, we kept Brighton pretty quiet in the game away from home too. We just didn't really have much going for ourselves going forward until they actually scored against us. Go on. Come on, Jens. Bend one. Do something. Oh, hello. This is nice. Oh, close as hell. Jens doesn't score enough of those anymore, sadly. Feels like the changes have really affected him. Here we go. So, Hadrian is Europa point. Unbeaten season. Second in the league. Loses the title on goal difference. What were your 2 results over Lincoln as well? Because that'll make it even funnier to me. Shout out to Hound Dogs as well, who managed to at least get a win. Stop drawing that is true. I think what makes it worse is, yes, you drew a lot, but you went unbeaten. But it wasn't that you lost it because they just won loads. They drew as well with you. It's just their goal difference was better, I suppose, because they were just winning more. They just scored more goals. I mean, they're more defensively solid than you. They actually conceded less. To be fair. You'll get them next year. Spanish Mulan. Oh, I've seen a couple of those, Hadrian. There's a guy, one of our squad players has that exact same body type thing in the match engine, where on his profile, he's just a guy with really short hair. But when in the match engine, he's got clearly woman's body type and ponytail. It's like, I don't know who it was. It's one of our like random squad players from ages ago. Oh, Aguirre's got to just square this. No! Oh, please. Yes! Come on! Yenzi with the goal. I said he wasn't scoring enough. He actually has got 3 in the Champo this season. Beautiful from Big Jens. That was a lovely run from Aguirre. Like a really nice run. Really composed as well. Obradovic gets in a great spot. But Jens, just first time, exactly where you need him to be. Wasn't going to miss the second time around. Lovely stuff. 3-1 now feels more confident. Is this the Big Brother theme tune? No, it's not. For a second, I thought this was the Big Brother music. It's a bop, by the way. It sounds like Faithless.
You should chill, mate.
Or
Try going outside and take some fresh air.
Oh, no.
One thing is to have an opinion in contradiction with another person, and another thing is to take a contradictory opinion and transform it in a personal insult. You sound very aggressive in your sentences, and that are not signs of a very shrewd person. Kisses from a low IQ fat random person.
Firstly, grab a heat. Thank you for the 22 months and for bringing back that copy pasta. I had forgotten the entire thing. Only the low IQ fat random person part. I need to get a copy of that for something. I need to make that into a t-shirt or a motivational poster or something. Can you write that out and just tag me in Discord? Just completely randomly. I know I went all soy jack there, but like, what a bloody goal from Aguirre. Not very shrewd of me, I know. It's... Oh, is this Mulan? Oh, it's a manager as well. Yeah, no, fair. Rocking them chino legging things. Get a full-time print. That would be great, actually. Are we going to see this all the way from the back? This is incredibly good, though. Naeem finds a great pass, but we don't normally see the runners do this. The fact that he actually runs all the way into the channel, then is able to jink inside the defenders and find the far post there. That is wild behaviour. Brilliant from Aguirre. Oh my god, straight away again. 4-1 now on aggregate. We literally went 1-0 down in the 75th minute of the first leg of this, and now 16 minutes into the second leg, it's 4-1 on Ag. Okay, lads. I'm so glad for Aguirre, because he has been excellent so far. I know he didn't get anything for the first goal, but he's part of the reason that even happened. It's more storylines, the better. Sometimes the best thing in FM is when random glitches just aid the story anyway. That's a really bad pass. We can't be doing that. Although, they've actually done nothing with it, so we might be okay. Found the original moment. Even better. Screenshot, please. That was... It's weird. In the couple of days leading up to that, I'd kind of had a weird feeling about that person. And then I woke up one morning and it was just all hell had broken. I said, Sobranovich makes it 5! Yeah, I put Aguirre in the second striker, even though he's worse at finishing, because of the work rate and stamina he has to get up and down. And I figured that they both had the same passing attributes. So letting Aguirre do more of the running felt like a better idea. Oh, actually, wait, no, it wasn't. No, Aguirre's not playing as the striker. It's the other way around. That was outside of the foot from Dushan. Either way, it's worked. It was actually Herrera I put in the other position. But for whatever reason, Aguirre is everywhere today. They're just not tracking him properly at all. He's just running riot through them with every single... Here we go. The thing is as well, it's... If I remember correctly, Gus had said absolutely nothing of like... Nothing that was inflammatory. It was just a random thing. Caffeine drinks. Yeah, I do. I just put the... Well, actually depends. No, it doesn't, actually. I normally just have a thing with water and I just dump the powder in and shake it up. That's the same with both, really. Yes! The tracky bottom things. Full-on Gabor Kirai type situation. It's like during the beta, when if you brought substitutes on, they would come on in their tracksuit. So we had Classy Netneck on loan at Slavia Prague, and he would just come off the bench at half-time in his tracksuit, scored a hattie one day, wearing a trackie. Love to see it. The sample pack, nice. Thank you, Matt. That's very kind of you for supporting the chat. I really do appreciate that. And also, just in general, because it is good stuff, right? Oh, it was one of those. I see. There just wasn't enough room in the game for both, you know? There can be only one. Oh, dear. That was a brave tackle. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. This game has been much easier than I thought it was going to be so far. We've not really created any great chances, but they've all just gone in. And now, unless Brighton score 4 times against us in the next 7... Actually, it's quite a long time. Maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. Oh, dear. See, what I've done there is massively jinx it, haven't I? Minter's first goal in the Champions League this season. Oh, he had spoken to... So, I mean, they need 3 more. And they're going... That was their first shot of the game. My prediction... To be fair, I didn't predict that we would win. I merely claimed it. Uh-oh. I kind of want the game to have as few highlights as physically possible from this moment onwards. Diakite still, despite his development, just does not seem to do it in these... I wonder if he doesn't like big matches, basically. Oh, Naeem now. At least it will provide space. What a pass. It's Catalan! It's 5! No, it's not. It's 4. Neither of those numbers could have possibly been correct because we're 6-2 up and 4-1. Catalan scores his 5th goal in the Champions League this season. But only 1 in the league. It's a lovely bit of play. Aguirre, again, just dropping deep, spinning in behind. Oh, my goodness me. What a great pass this is from Naeem. They don't track the run properly, but the perfect run, and he's actually finished it. Ah, my boy is fixed. Obi's Minter. Isn't it just... Is it Yakuba Minter? Isn't that the guy that was at Brighton already? I'm assuming, unless it's a different Minter. Yeah. Or Yankuba Minter, rather. Little Mulan. There's a really good cover of one of the songs from Mulan on that Disney Pop Goes Disney album. I forget which one it was. It's a banger, though. Well, I think it's... Is I'll Make a Man Out of You from Milan? Oh, I see. So he's gone back to Brighton, much like Kukurea did. Oh, look at Naeem now. Oh, he's round the side again. It's Aguirre. Wow, we could be 5-1 up in the first half here. Brighton are giving us... We're not getting a lot of shots, but every single shot is a giant chance now, it seems. We're crushing it. Oh, this is literally the song, isn't it? Go on, Jens. Give it to Catalan. Oh, odd choice of move there. Like, he could have spread it out wide, but instead he's just cut it back random. That's a great pass. Holy shit. What a pick out. Oh, wait. Surely not. If this turns into a goal. Lads, what? Okay, you're just slightly over-egging the pudding here a little bit. That is a lot of ingredients you're putting into this pizza. Sometimes cheese and tomato is fine. See, that's... they've burnt it now. They got a bit too cocky. I mean, I guess when you're 4-1 up, you can afford to take a few risks like that and try to be a bit more fancy. But I do have a horrible feeling Brighton might be about to score off of this too, which would kind of suck. Wow. Looks like it works. Bear in mind, Catalar isn't actually playing in his normal role in this tactic. It's just because we have a lack of players. That, and I feel like the one thing about this system now is that it doesn't seem to... The middle centre-back just doesn't really do much. As in, they're mostly just an extra... body, and they don't get involved in the play. They just seem to not be involved, and I feel like having a guy push up a little bit further could make for more fun situations for us. More than anything else, I want a tactic that's both good and fun, and this is definitely leaning towards more fun, I would say. Oh. And it's now 6-3. 4-2 in the first half. Like, what is this? Oh yeah, they were making some fancy French stuff, and I was just looking for, like, boiled eggs on toast. Wait, no, that doesn't... Boiled eggs on toast. Just spread that across. It's the Mr. Teeny skin. If you do exclamation mark skin, you can find out all about it. The one I have technically isn't the exact latest version, but it's close to it. Because I tend not to update until there's a reason to, in terms of, like, has it broken because of the game updating or something. We've only had 1.22 XG in this first half. And they've only had 0.48, and there's been 6 goals. It's not been a day for goalkeepers or defenders. Oh my god, imagine if we got another one in the first half. This same pass is on basically every single time we get forward. Naeem again. Obradovic there at the edge of the box. Oh. Hello, Elite Gaffer. Yeah, if they'd scored that first one after all the passes in the box, that would have been more funny. So what's that? 1.6 XG for 7 goals? No, this is literally the first knockout round. The round of 16. And... Man City are knocking out Porto. That's annoying. They were 2-0 down. Two advanced centre-backs there as well. Just have everybody come forward in possession, which is kind of what we're doing anyway in many ways. Alvarez has been okay. But look at Herrera in that extra role. He's still struggling. So maybe it wasn't Catalar. It was the role. I mean, we kind of knew that anyway, but he's, well, you say comfortable win. It's still only 6-3, and given that this is one of those games where just anything goes in, actually, what I'm predicting is no goals in the second period. These types of games are the exact ones where there is not a single goal in the second half, right? Because nobody quite knows what to do, and the game goes, we've given them a few too many now. No, that was half time. That was just the first half with the 6 goals. Go on, back posted again. Not quite. No, I've already jinxed it once. To be fair, when they did score after that, we got straight back in there. 7-3, maybe. I can actually see Brighton grabbing one and winning the second half now. Oh, that's a good interception. Go on, Jens. No, what are you doing? I love that. He gets a toe on it. He goes, my work here is done. Somebody else now. Over 9.5. What are we at right now? So we're at over 5.5 currently. Get Dinamo Zagreb. Oh, my God. I don't think I'm ever going to... Oh, good save there. Yeah, I'm being careful with my subs. Mostly because we don't have any. The bench is a sparse wasteland of footballers at this point, given that... this is key highlights, I believe. No, yeah, it is just Keegan. It's just there's so much stuff in this game because everybody's so open at the back. Yeah, there's basically just no one on it. Not as bad as when I had 3 goalies on the bench earlier. Oh, wait a minute. Catalar through again. Go on. Oh, okay. Well, that's... that is him. Instant results, though. Yeah, I mean, instant results, actually, weirdly, it was a very sus. We could bring the actual bench itself on. Yeah, Catalar's back to his old ways. He must have thought it was a league game again. Right, I'll get Alvarez off. I'm going to bring Damasiovic on this time. Herrera for... I might even bring on Job up front. Well, not up front, but up front-ish. Given our options on the bench are still extremely limited. And I want to leave Catalar on, actually, to get him some football. But Coffee for Naeem, just to freshen those fullbacks up a little bit. Middle centre-back has struggled again. Although they've all kind of struggled today. But it has been a day where there hasn't really been a lot of defending anyway. Yeah, he did do okay in that Aguirre role. I might actually take Aguirre off. And, oh, wait, no. It's that way around. How has he got worse since the last game? Did I put him on... I think it was there. That'll do. We've got a 3-goal lead. Yeah, he was 1-star in the Lublin game and he somehow got worse, apparently. Backfurs with the 57 months. How's it going, man?
Insert overly aggressive condensing message towards made in good humor, including stream and jokes and topical memes. Mention number of times resubscribed. Conclude with good wishes towards and heartfelt parting comment.
Be appreciative. Mention that you have, in fact, hopefully had a good day. How the devil are you? And other such terms. Thank you, friend. That's very kind of you, though. Thank you for the 57 months. I couldn't help myself. Maybe I shouldn't have brought those players on. But I figured... Oh, dear. As long as they don't... Concerning. I think we'll be okay. But this is quite the eclectic Champions League tie. 6-3 on Ag at the moment. Spurs are going out to Genk here, aren't they? They lost the first leg and it's now 1-1 in the second leg. They're 100% going out. City sadly look like they're not going out to Porto, which means we would probably have to play them at some point later. I just wanted to make sure we got through this round more than anything else. Didn't want to be... Because we've still got youth intake after the next game. Is that function of a rubber duck? I don't... To be cute. They need to make more rubber goose, I say. Hey, there he goes. Catalar's grabbed another one. It's 5. That kind of... That calms me down a little. He's got 6 in 10 in Europe. That is actually brilliant from him. He just has... I just don't understand him. I guess in the league sometimes he's playing with weaker players, but mostly it's the same squad. I know admittedly today he is playing as the main striker, which is probably helping him a little bit because obviously Fieler's been playing there most of the year. But he's coming up clutch when it matters most. And until Fieler's back, which is going to be a while, yeah, as if we're going straight into another highlight. And it's probably more open in Europe because I guess in Europe as well, we're up against much better sides. They're trying to come at us a lot more. And I do think that this tactic works better against better sides. I mean, we've put 7 goals past Brighton here, who actually have some quite decent players in them, albeit they're an 8th place Premier League team in this save now, so they won't be in the league, in the Champions League next season, I wouldn't have thought. Unless they go and win the damn thing. But we'll probably just concede straight away again now, won't we? Or we'll give away a penalty or something. Can we win the ball off him eventually? They're camped in our box. Oh, well, there you go. It's 7-4. This is... Who had over 9.5 goals? Because you're not that far off now. 2 more. And the win is yours. As if we've conceded another one. It's not been a good day for defenders. You think with the extra centre-back we'd be doing better in these situations, but I actually think that if we had a guy dropping into the DM spot instead, he'd probably be in a slightly better position to stop those types of things. Right, go on, slip it through. It's Catalar. Actually scores a hat-trick out of nowhere here. There's still bodies in the box here. Coffee. Hurtadal over the crossbar. Hello, Fel. Trying to get going now you're more awake. As in starting a new ban or continuing the existing one. Spurs are winning now. They maybe go into extra time here. And Man United might be going out as well. I love that he's just... Oh, is that the glitch because he's not in the first team technically? Well, at least we've managed to get out of there somehow with some goals. 2 for Catalar, 2 assists for Naeem, a goal and an assist for Aguirre. That's nice to see. I think he's shown that he's at least capable of contributing to the team a little bit. It's like in the past when it would just... Oh, no, yeah, that's always been the case, hasn't it, where he does that. Spurs end up winning. I was kind of hoping they'd go out there just for the memes. Right. Very happy with that, lads. We'll draw Spurs in the next round now, won't we? Most likely. But we are through, crucially. And I think we get a little rest, because that's when the youth intake is on the 17th there. I don't know exactly when the draw happens. But more importantly, it's the other legs. Good lord, look at the goals. Was it? Other than Catalar, every other goal was as well a single goal. There was no like multiple goal scorers outside of him either. Ah, the red card. That's what cooked him. This guy here. Will Conyard. Getting sent off for Genk absolutely did them in. That's a shame. They were doing really well. What was it the first leg was? Was it like 3-2? 2-1? United through as well. England just continuing to cook. Another 9 million quid. Hey, we can start paying off the mana debt with that. A couple more rounds and we're good to go. That'll pay for our new centre-back. Yeah, absolutely, Hadrian. That's the plan today. Because we're going to do the remainder of the season over today and on Tuesday. That way I can actually get a recap done. So we can actually take a bit more time and watch games and tactics ourselves a little bit. So Alma Orgord. Ah, there she is. Is she? That looks like a Norgeland. Is that Norgeland? Yes, it is. So she was at Norgeland. Then she was at Union Berlin for quite a while, in fact. Before moving to a different side in Germany, actually. SGS Essen.
Sheva.
Not a team I'm familiar with. Are they any relation to... Is it Rot-Weiss Essen? Postcode! Thank you for the 22 months, man. How are you? How's Sunday going? Has Bill Nation been so far? We're 7th in the coefficient charts at the moment, but this year there is still a chance that we could go as high as 4th, or even 3rd, technically. So it's gone very, very well. Considering we're only 8 seasons in, the last couple of years especially have been huge progresses, basically. Oh, Sigfeld, that's awesome. Which team are you managing again? Under Prass. I recognise that name. Why do I recognise that name? Alexander Prass. I think I signed him for Slavia, did I not? Maybe. That seems like someone I would sign for Slavia. Fractured his leg. Ah, yeah, we had a badly fractured leg in this save too. Obviously, that's where Pena's been the entire season, basically. It's things you hate to see. Song request and Crossthwaite. Good name. Crossthwaite. God, there's so many consonants all together. There she is, Lily Crossthwaite. With actually good crossing. Oh no, that's dribbling. God damn it, Lily. I mean, her crossing might be decent. Snekisten. No, I think that was like the youth levels. So she's 30 years old now. Been to 3 different clubs. Started at Durham, actually, WSL2. Played for Birmingham City a little bit in the WSL2 and in the main league too. Then got relegated with Leicester, actually. Seemed to find her feet actually the second time around there with Leicester in the main WSL. So she certainly forged a very good career. Less sort of... It seems like it shifted from goal scoring over to more assisting as she grew into her career. But I guess that's just because positionally, maybe she dropped slightly deeper. No England caps, but I guess the England squad's pretty stacked. Odisha, ooh. You can find some really good stuff on there when they have some sales, but I often find that some of their stuff could be like quite expensive. So I haven't bought anything from there for a while. The last thing I bought actually was probably the multi-shirts from last time. So Tamabani, I thought that was a West Brom shirt. In fact, that's because that's where he is right now. £3.5 million. Doesn't look like it worked out superbly for him at West Brom, because he then went to Viborg in the second tier in Denmark, got promoted with them and actually kind of crushed it. Got himself a move to Nordsjælland, so he's kind of chefed himself all the way back up again, in a way. Solid beard there, just a decent little one there. 7 man of the match awards that year. That's an insanely good season, actually. An 8.09 average rating. What's that? 13 goal contributions in 19 games. Is pretty decent rewards. Okay, so we've got the Rukhrzhov game. I think the plan... Actually, the first thing, the plan is to find out what happened in the other European games. Because if we were to lose both of them at this round, it would potentially... An improved contract. Lad, you have done... Albeit your wages are obscenely tiny. But you haven't actually done all that much to deserve the new contract lately. Your rating has still not been very good. Across... Actually, in the Champions League, he's been okay. Oh, what am I talking about? It's weird. His ratings are actually okay. But I just seem to see him constantly letting in goals that I feel like should be being saved for some reason. The sort of things that cost you deep down when you go deep into tournaments. That's the problem. He's very underpaid. He's not quite Furman underpaid, or is he? No, Furman was on 120, wasn't he? A Maltese regen. 3 million is a lot for a Maltese player, to be fair, so fair play. Hello, Hayden. might perceive as that. Possibly. I mean, isn't that kind of the point if you're sort of weaning off of it, I guess? But I know what it can be like sometimes when you just... I couldn't get my meds last week, so on Monday I had to raw dog a day without them, and oh my god. It was not fun. He's basically a volunteer at this point, as he should be. He's an intern, essentially. You can't be coach at 21 years. Wow. That's awesome. It must be really proud when you see like girls and guys, I don't know, do you coach men's teams as well? That you coached go on to like really big things and you're just like, you had some part in the development there. And I think that's really, really cool. Don't inform me again. I forgot he'd gone out on loan. Pazos is facing an uncertain future. Is he though? 2 years left on his contract. I probably should give him another deal at some point soon, but not sure on that one. Yeah, hello, Pog. You okay? You're finally off the phone? Yeah? How'd that go? Yeah? Yeah, I mean, Aguilar was very, very bad. We just need someone that feels like a safe pair of hands, and nobody really has yet done that. Hello, Manu Diaz. Tell you what, him for Poland could... Sorry, you pulled me over there, Pog.
But could.
He could...
But could.
Cuddle, yes. He doesn't like big matches, though. Bad for Poland. You're right, though. You know what to do with yourself, do you?
No. I've already printed off what I need to print off.
You shouldn't be printing at all.
Yeah, I know I shouldn't, but...
Existential fear from... That's true. It's... Where would I be without my existential fear? Oh, but just to crack off, I like Lucas Piazzon. He was fun at Fulham. I'd hope he gets in the Belgium team, the Poland team. Yeah, and was... Oh, God, he's good, isn't he? He's just the guy. Terry, thank you very much for the 6 months.
16 months
16
of Matto
months.
Chatto and Pogo sick Matt Jam sick M.
A life-size Matt body pillow? I have the texture and density of a body pillow as it is. I'm just a very squishy man. I'm kind of like if you had a man-shaped waterbed. That's the best way to describe my body type, you know? I'm actually amazed there aren't like fish floating around in me unless I've eaten them, you know? Right. Okay.
That waterbed physique.
Pro rocking that disco stew waterbed physique. Back away, not today, sexy lady. See, make them laugh and they'll love you forever. Finding Nemo got... Yeah. Because he was in my ass.
On that note.
We found him. That's Disney Plus. Oh, dearie me. Yeah, Naima and Montperus pretty much carry us in many ways. We don't really have the... Yes! What we do have, though, is the mana. Alfredo Mana. I can't believe he said yes to that contract. This guy is him. Move aside that Iranian German fella. Alfredo is the mana. Telling you. We have to make sure we've got enough mana each turn to actually play his cards, but still. What a guy. Bad back needs a pillow. Exactly. He is... Until Spurs buy him off of us for £50 million, £325 million, yeah. He's still not the record purchase. You're absolutely right. Oh, God, I've been a fool, to quote Alan Rickman in Love Actually. That's how I feel. But he is going to be very, very nice for us next season. Super happy with that signing. The fact that he costs less than VRL is crazy. You're right, I probably should have paid them more just so that that other guy is no longer our most expensive transfer. Before we actually do the other lookups, let me just have a look at our other guy. Nope. I mean, he's on loan at Pushta near Pormitsa. What was I thinking? Like, he's okay, but I think he just has no ceiling, basically. He's one of those guys that's probably like 120 CA, 122 PA or something. You hate to see it. He's not even really playing for Pushta either. They've just got better dudes. Wikipedia sandbox for a project I've been working on. But I know you wanted to use a wiki template for former players on FM saves for whiz quizzes. Oh, that would be interesting. I think the issue wasn't so much the... I know a website where you can make them. The problem was finding the data for them because I don't have the old saves on a lot of them, all the games installed and stuff. And a lot of them, they would be really easy to figure out because their careers would just be like a club and then the club I was managing for like the rest of their career for the most part. That's where it starts to become more difficult. Exactly. This is Piotr's fault. But he's gone now. He can't hurt us because we've got a lovely new Italian man in there, and he's going to be beautiful. In fact, he's already here being beautiful. De Campo. He's kind of crushing it at Spurs. I can't pretend that he's not. He's a very good goalkeeper, but he will cost them in the Champions League. I mean, look at those average ratings. Is bro really that good? Oh, saves on a Google Drive. What I mean is I don't have them to put them on there, is my point. Because it depends on how long we're going back. I'd need to have access to the old save. I only have like the last couple because things take up a lot of space, really. Some of them are in like the download links, I suppose, from certain places. So I should be able to get some of them. We got City next. Oh, you're joking. Where does it say that? No, I know it says on fixtures, but like, where is the thing that actually tells us that? It feels like it's actually got worse at telling you who you get in cups. Yeah, it literally doesn't even tell us. How stupid is that? Oh yeah, don't worry, we don't care who you get in the Champions League draw. That's mad. I did release them off the end of the cycle, so they would have to be downloaded by people and stuff. They are around somewhere, I suppose. But then I'd also have to install the games, and that's just a lot of effort for something I don't think it would actually be that good. Nope, no news alert whatsoever. News on the Friday after. Friday. These are Friday's news items. Positive development. Rook Herzhov. Under 21s. Just nothing. I feel like sometimes news items just disappear as well, but maybe that's just me. It's so dumb. But we have playing Manchester City now, which is annoying because we could have been playing Porto or earlier. It can't have been that much earlier because, I mean, the game was on the Wednesday. Brighton. Carvina, pressure building, potential issue. Spotlight. Oh, it's that. It's that fucking article, isn't it? No? No, it's not. Yeah, it really hasn't told us. That was the day we got through. Because this isn't to do with that. This is them talking about the game with Porto, isn't it? Yeah, it just genuinely didn't tell us. I mean, Jesus. Crazy. I think it does. I've seen some stuff and then gone back to look for an article that I know I've seen and it's just not there. So I do think that some of them do vanish. But I don't remember seeing it, but then again, would I have done? We've got a few games in between though now, which is really good. Changes to email. Does it? That would make sense actually. No one reads email. They should WhatsApp me. Don't have an Naeem on their flank. Yeah. I mean, Naeem is... Maybe, but... To be fair, the amount of goals of assists that have come from the left flank side has been nearly as many as Naeem. There's email that says it. Is it? You're right. It is there. You're absolutely right. It is there. That was technically after the game. I wonder if it's because it's the first one that you get taken to. It is there. It's... I don't know. Just make it unskippable. Make it one of those ones you have to acknowledge or something. Or just bring back draws. Pass the draw at the start of the... Well, yeah, but we still wouldn't know who we're getting because we don't know who's gone through yet. So, as in... But the point is I wasn't even made aware of that because the game doesn't show you anything. It's so fucking stupid. Just provide information to the user. Meanwhile, it fills your inbox up with other meaningless garbage that you don't give a shit about, but you get that instead. Amelie Vangsgaard, who is an assistant manager now, actually, after a quite an illustrious playing career. Obviously started in Nordsjælland, and then Linköping, not a team I've heard of, and then Paris Saint-Germain, and then one for Juve, potentially to the coaching farm, if there's room. Or she might do the whole, I don't want to work on this side of the game thing like that other lady did. Under 19s coach. Nice. In you come. Get her in there. I just want a drawback. It seems weird that... It seems weird to me that they thought that taking draws out was going to be a thing no one would care about. It's like, yes, one of the things that is like pageantry and good about the game. Let's get rid of that. No one cares about that. Like, I really want to know whose decision that was. Because it's just an asinine one. Right. Is anyone new and fresh and back again? We get rid of the B team and stuff. Cassidy's nearly back. Montparnasse is sort of, but not really, no. Yeah, I know. But we wouldn't have known the message until we got into the message. I can't see if it's a red message without going into the message. Let's see. We've got a little bit of a while now, so that might be a good opportunity to try this out again. But instead of Hernandez, we play... Where's Araya when you need him? There's a Roller who's not fit yet. Herrera could... Nah, he can't really, can he? Pazos can't really do it either. Lucinho could maybe do it. Here's a Dahl, I suppose, but we might lose his passing ability, I guess. Do you replace it? Yeah, we brought in an Italian guy with elite. Yeah, this is Alex Greenwood's mob. I think she is still in charge there. Yeah, Jens is very tired. Actually, he's not tired. Weirdly. You could try him. And then it would at least free up a bit of space for someone else to play in the Yenzi role. Someone like possibly even Bellingham, actually. We just need some people to come back from injury more than anything else. But I don't want Lucinho and Adrian. I want Hernandez and Adrian if I can. A JT sort of could possibly. Yeah, I think it's almost a waste of Jens in many ways, because what we're asking this role to do isn't particularly... We kind of want someone who's just going to stick a foot in. So actually, someone like Lucinho might even be better. Why won't it let me click him? Lucinho has the stars. The game won't let me show his profile because reasons, but... Actually, I'll tell you what. He could be... Wasn't what I was expecting when we signed him. Yeah, no, Jens has got ridiculous... What is his natural fitness and stuff? Like 15 natural fitness, really good stamina as well. He and Catalan just never get tired. Do I at least have someone else to play instead of... Yeah, okay, so we can at least drop Herrera this time around. And play... Duru there. I'm going to leave Aguirre in the team because he honestly deserves it at this point. Who's our highest paid player? It was... Pena and Montparnasse. So they're both on 64 grand a week because Montparnasse has a match highest earner clause. And Pena essentially got that amount of money because of some Spain caps that we didn't quite anticipate. So they're both on 64k. Which is actually not bad for a Champions League winning side. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that for the time being. Until these guys start coming back into the team. Although Pazos could also be a useful bench option, probably. Instead of someone like this really young dude. Actually, I'll get him off there instead of... Pena isn't going to be back for like a month and a half. This will be an interesting test to see if this actually works a bit better. Like a much better team of us, in that sense. And... I don't know. I just want to see what that role does. Because it actually looked pretty good in the last game. And I think Lucinho is the kind of man that could actually do a good job there, because he is essentially a centre-back / DM kind of guy that has reasonable on-the-ball ability. So this might actually be the role he could potentially take, especially with Mana joining us. That means that someone's going to lose their spot, and it's most likely going to be Hernandez. So it'll most likely be Mana and then Adrian, with Abdullahi and Hernandez becoming the second pair. The youth intake is the week after this game, so the midweek period. They're said about called State. I hope so. But which state? Is it a gas? Just a little polo shirt on, bless him. Let's check. Their centre-back is called Bogdan State. And I think he's either Romanian or Moldovan. And he's a 5'10" centre-back with 4 to 8 jumping reach. I get the feeling that Catalan might just be able to outdo him in the air today. They are in a state of emergency at this point. What, you didn't play for Bogdan State? They're like an SEC team, aren't they? And their other striker is injured as well. That guy's really good. Like, he's a really, really good young Polish striker that's been banging goals in them pretty much since he got in there. Jagiellonia is still a shit, yeah. They and Lechia are kind of fighting over that last relegation spot at this point. That's a bit nicer. So now, he's always available as an option in this little spot to recycle possession. Naeem now driving forward. And now Lucidio's in the right place to even pick the ball up here. Oh, he's... Wow, that's not right. He's even in the team, but he does offer another option. Because that means we're almost going to have him and Jens on the edge of the box quite a lot. So it's an extra body to clear up the messes when it comes to here to recycle possession. Because if they break the first line of defence, it's now going to come to Lucinho instead. Whereas before, if they got past Jens, it's like the Gladiator Gauntlet, basically. There's just another guy there now that wasn't there before. Obradovic. And now Jens has got loads of space to fire shots from distance. Ooh. This is nice. It also now gives Jens the license to sort of push up a little bit more and kind of get involved in trying to win those second balls, because now, if he doesn't get it, then he's got Lucinio right there for him. Or, okay. It looks like this is definitely going to require and take a lot of shots. It seems like a very shooting-heavy tactic that, on its day, could score an absurd amount of goals. But the fact that Lucinio is already on a 6.9, I wonder if it's because he's winning aerial challenges too. So he was able to, we're sort of winning the ball further up the pitch. Alvarez, oh, it's a good save again. We're battering them to start with. Then again, we battered Motor and lost as well. So there's that. Oh. 3 different countries in the UK. No, it's only greedy if you don't choose to use that right to play for all of them at the same time. Perhaps not in the same game. That would be excessive. But just try a little bit of each. You never know what will happen, right? Get FM Christmas today. We probably can, you know. There might be a good stopping point, actually, later. It depends on when the Champions League ties are. I forget. Because I know we've got 3 games in between now, well, this one including, this and the Champions League. So it might be that we do the first leg of Manchester City, do FM Christmas, and then we'll finish off the rest of the season on Tuesday. Oh, he's been surely fouled there. Okay. Why are we seeing this, though? I hate those highlights so goddamn much, man. They're just nothing. We've had 12 shots, 7 on target in the first half an hour of this game. It's a very shoot-heavy tactic, and I feel like a lot of these are possibly some long shots, but eventually you are just going to create stuff by doing this. We're taking the Carolina Hurricanes approach to tactics. Rob Brindamore is my new assistant. Little interchanges here are really good as well. I think the players are just more evenly spaced, which is kind of nice. Naeem again, just taking people on left and right. Oh, he's overdoing it a bit there. And it's blocked on the line again. And now the defenders are even coming out to get involved. Catala. The goals will come, eventually. If we have this many shots, you simply cannot not score. At this rate, we're going to be up to like 10 shots on target in the first half of the game. Everybody's getting involved. I want to see who's taking them, but unfortunately, the game doesn't let you see how many shots a player's had. Because, you know, why would you want to know that? No, we've just done nothing here. Oh, no, one more. Go on. Oh, deflected over. Yeah, we are absolutely blasting teams. We're just going to wear them down like this. Although, worth noting, Catalar's still on a poor rating. I do wonder if there's even a room where we perhaps move him back up to being a striker again. Because now the back end of the team is slightly different. He might be able to flourish a little bit more as a slightly more advanced role again. After all of that, it could be that he actually ends up moving back up top. That was a decent first half. 18 shots, 8 on target, 1.54 XG, no goals. Also, note the 82% possession as well. We are just camped in their half. Our OPPDA is 8. I've never had over 80% possession at half time before. Sometimes you get it in like 20 minutes, but then the play does change. Let's try it for the second half. Catalar back to being a... He's a channel forward. He was a centre forward. When he was at his best, he was a centre forward. It's opposition passes per defensive action. So essentially how... Oh, no, you can't. How quickly you win the ball back. Sick. Yeah, it feels like there's more chances being created. And if anything, having him make those runs now is probably going to put him into more positions now. More space. Although watch him get an absolutely dreadful rating in the second period now. Have we somehow failed to score? That would be very us. To only score 1 goal in 2 games playing like this, despite creating all the chances under the sun. But I think it's definitely given us something to build on, because what we're doing now is creating loads. Naeem's hurt himself now, which kind of sucks. And we've given it away. Second period. I mean, that's the terminology people use, isn't it? But also, yes. Yeah, Jens and Lucinio are definitely linking up really nicely. Oh my goodness me! Lads, please. Just have a chance. Alvarez has kind of struggled a little bit today. It does seem that he's not been able to get into the game as much, which is odd. But maybe that's just a one-off blip. Wow, that is a very good pass into the channel. But luckily, that is really good play from Alvarez. That's what he brings us. He can certainly get up and down the pit. That was poor. That is also what he brings us. This is where we can see their first real opening of the entire game. I think if we lost this one too, that would kind of suck. Yeah, Furman is there. Depends what kind of... Didn't he get 6 in the second period last night against the Panthers? That's wild. Hello, DG. How's it going? It'd be going a lot better for us if we could just score a goal in this game. These are the kind of games that we normally blow teams out of the watering. Any nutmeg yet? Yeah, we did a stream of nutmeg, I think it was last week, in fact. So yes, that was really good. Oh, I also made a YouTube video, which I was honestly didn't know how that was going to go down. And I hadn't even checked the analytics on it because I was like, oh, you know. But then when I was publishing the scouting video this morning, or last night rather, I was like, fuck it, I'll have a little look. And before I went in there, I thought, anyway, if it's got more than like 1,500 views, I'll be happy. And it had like 7,500. And weirdly, it's now got picked up by the YouTube algorithm more, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of cool, which is what I was not expecting out of a sponsored video. But honestly, the only thing about it that was sponsored was obviously the fact that it was, but I would have made the exact same video regardless. But it's a really fun game. I haven't had a chance to get back on it much. That and Racoin have been playing. Ooh. Those are a little bit excessive as far as long shots go. I've got to be honest. It does seem like we may have to put some control on this team because they are maybe just overdoing it on some of the long shots because he's shooting from very far out there. Very far indeed. And I don't know how often those are likely to really go in. But they are picking up some really nice spots. Yeah, Lucinho is just getting the ball and recycling possession to Jens and letting him do stuff. Has Jens got shoot more often on? He can't do, right? It's a very fun game, isn't it? So he is on shoot less often. But he's on take more risks as well, which is more to do with the passing, though. But I'm liking the way everyone's moving as well. The little interchanges here. Oh, Bradovic! Yes! Not how I thought we were going to score today, but we do finally get the lead. Come on. Those two have formed a really good partnership. And it's freeing up Dushan to do a little bit less defensive work and more of Dushan things. And why are these highlights so broken now? Every goal highlight today, basically, is starting with, like, the entire highlight. That's really annoying. We'll take the P-roller. Catalar gets an assist for that, which is nice. He was linking the play up good. And our tactic even looks a little bit more orthodox, I dare say. Less... Wow, even our position looks kind of... weird. Do I take Dura off? But I might bring Job on up front, actually. Keep these guys fresh. Because we can. So many options there as well. Wait. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm used to having the DM in between them. Bradovic get him off for a little bit, but who's actually fit enough on the bench to come in? I could bring on Pazos, perhaps, for Aguirre. Give him a little run. And maybe I could have brought on a Rolo, actually. I didn't realise he was fit again. Bringing Herrera on here could work, given that he will have less defensive duties now. He's going to be just getting forward a little bit more. I mean, we've hit the target plenty today, and we still have over 80% possession in this game. If we somehow made it to 90 minutes with over 80%, that would be insane. I would be very frustrated at only winning the game 1-0 despite the amount of chances we're having, but it's okay for now. It feels like we're on the right track at generating a true, like, meat grinder of a tactic. Herrera, back to Coffee. Back to Coffee again, and it's saved again. Well, that's coming close to, like, 20 shots on target in this game, isn't it? It's a lot. Oh no, 14. Never mind. That's not even close to 20. We could definitely do with a few more goals. But they're still creeping up. We're making them make saves. I just wish we'd score a few more of them. Come on now. One thing I would say is I haven't seen us have a complete out-and-out clear opportunity today. But it could just be, though, the issue is that Rook... blocked again. Herrera scores. Garnaim, he literally just went off. Oh, that's better. I suspect that what's happening is because we're playing against such a low block, most likely, because they are such a worse side than us, we are just being limited to those sort of moments, but eventually we will just break through them. And as they get more and more tired, the chances will just keep coming, and Herrera, in the Obradovic role, makes it 2-0. That's going to make the stats look a little bit better on paper. Their goalie's doing a great job. I wonder if we could get one more here. I think it must be unbelievably tiring chasing the ball around for a full 90 minutes where you basically don't touch it. They've had 19% possession in this game. This actually looks like it could be something really, really good. Catalar's rating is up to a 7.6 as well. Oh, he assisted that goal too. Interesting. That is 18 shots on target. Underperformed the XG a little bit, but Lucinho gets a 7.4 rating. Hurtadal got a great rating out of that too. I'm a fan. Look at the domination there. Okay. I do wonder if Catalar back to being a striker again might be what finally unlocks him again. Because he wasn't doing a lot until we moved him back up there, and it feels like now we have the freedom to do so. Well done, lads. Wait, I shouldn't have done the complacent thing after the match. Like, what are they going to do? Take that with them into the next game? But it's okay, because we've got youth intake now. Yeah. That's amazing news. Wow. Assists. Tokari's got 10 assists from right-sided wing. Wow, he's quite good, isn't he? 48 caps, that'll do it. Just stat padding in it, yeah. Well, we haven't really scored much lately. We're still on, I think, to score more goals than last year. We got 80 last season. We actually have to get our act together a little bit here. We are still ahead on that. We're conceding a few too many, though, which is a bit of a shame. But I think that's definitely where I want to go with it. I think Catalar... Oh, wait, no. In possession. Back up top again. Oh, I've just realised that that might be changing the way that our out-of-possession tactic works too. Because... Oh, no, that is fine, actually. I wasn't sure who was sitting where. But that actually... Well, that looks kind of weird. I don't hate that, actually. George C. Stokes, thank you for the 32 months, my friend. How the devil are you? I was going to say it, and I know I have. I've gone ahead and done it anyway. Hello, Owen. Interesting filter to use the loan farm. Playing time above. Ooh. Okay. Let's have a little gander. I'm always up for more loan farm players. So... Let's get rid of this for a minute. Although we'll keep the... Yeah. Let's clear all for a minute. Go 18... I'd probably go 18 over, because otherwise you start to get into dangerous territories of players that will ask for more money and also never be able to count as homegrown talents, which is just kind of useful. So playing time average above... Does it even count minutes? Because I thought that it didn't count stats properly. Where is that general? Where even is minutes? Is it just in general? I don't even know if you can add that. I mean, you must be able to, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to do it. Where would that be? General. Am I missing something? Where's minutes? Scouting. Aerial challenges. It's probably not going to be there. Is it movement? Dribbles made, passes made, saves, shots. I want to look at that for our tackles, actually. Stats in general, maybe? Ah, it's got to be this one. There we go. Minutes. Is at least 3,000. So that's 1,400 players. Let me just add another one that gets rid of players we already know about. That was actually much easier to find than I thought it was. Knowledge level is at most none. 1,021. So I guess that shows us players that are playing this season. I guess the only other problem is you'd probably have to sort by contract, right? So you'd have to go... Contract is month to month. Because otherwise you're not going to be finding amateur players. You're going to be finding guys that you may well have to pay quite a lot of money for, potentially. And that would sort of cloud it a little bit. But you could do... Is it that one? No. I never remember which one it bloody is. The one that lets you put both in. Contract... It's very jazzy music we've got on here. Contract type. Full contract. Month to month. That's the one. So that's 286 guys. Max value 250k. Yeah, that's the point, though. I'm not going to spend 250k on random loan farm fodder. Unless they're a meme. Like, really, we want to be finding them for free. Because otherwise, there's not really a point. And in addition, that value is going to be really... opaque anyway, because if they've got an agent, you're going to have to talk to their agent each time anyway. I think this could work, though. That would gives you a rolling list of like 300, which is a bit more like it. I just want to make sure. So Wales there, Vanuatu, USA, interestingly. I think that's a nice little setup. Let's just see what sort of countries are here. Somalia, Singapore. The problem you're getting, basically... Oh, Serbia. San Marino, Poland. Hey. Hello. Those guys are definitely getting scouted. I'll scout them all in a minute, but... Nigeria... There needs to be a way to get rid of your Micronesias and your Mauritiuses and your Mauritaniques, because that's what really clogs it up, and that's why you had to go country by country when I was doing it before, because if you just did the basic search, it would just fill your reports with loads of... Wow, there's a lot of Japanese amateurs, my god. Japan is really... Ooh. It's a shame that you can't do... World ranking is on the national teams, as far as I know. I don't believe you can do that, right? No, you can only do country. Shame you can't do nationality is and then the world ranking for it. I don't really see there being... Because their world reputation is largely going to be... Hello, Bente. It's Regen. What? And then you add... The problem is, though, what would you put in to exclude certain places? I guess you could do that, yeah. Ultimately, I actually don't think it's too bad because you can't select more than 50 players to scout in any one go anyway, which means that if you were going to scout a load of these players, you'd have to take chunks of them in isolate. So I actually don't think it's that bad having to go through it like this anyway. And then you could just skip over, you know, your Tahitis. Although, you know, if they're born in Tahiti, it's probably not going to be likely as good. Syria could be definitely a good player there as well. Be certainly curious. Singapore is not going to likely produce much. It's definitely another... this is fascinating. Any view, basically, that or filter that allows you to do the sort of amateur scouting thing, but without having to do it nation by nation, is kind of what we've been looking for a while. And this obviously sort of does that. You're only... Yeah, like, you're skipping over your really small Caribbean nations for the most part. Occasionally really small African nations. And sort of some Southeast Asian nations, really. And yeah, I mean, places like Mauritius is probably not likely to be that. Like Martinique, Luxembourg could be fine, though. Libya is usually good enough. So is Liberia. Lebanon, fuck it, why not? Kenya as well. I'll leave Japan on its own thing, because that looks like at least 50 dudes, to be honest. If not more, in fact. Jesus Christ, Japan cooking for us here. And then... It'd be tough to know if we find... Then again, if we do find guys... from this. It'd be tough to know if they did come from this, but ultimately, I haven't got any new players that are on the next scouting, so we were about to run out of scouting options anyway. So it makes sense to get a new one set up. There's some English guys in there too, which would be kind of cool. El Salvador. It's just another vertical you can look at. And the minutes resets each year, exactly, yeah. So I guess it would be good to do sort of this time of year. There's no point in doing it towards the start of the year because you wouldn't have the minutes data properly. But once you get later into the year, you've got better information. In fact, doing it at the end of the season again would probably be a really good time. Because a few new players will get onto the list too at that point. And obviously that means you'll miss out on players that aren't actually playing that much. There's an Argentinian dude there, Don Bosco. I thought it said Don Broco for a second. I was about to do the stomps. Yeah, we'll get them. Miss out summer leagues. True. I suppose you just do it twice a year then, don't you? You do it at the end of the season and at the end of the year. And that will cover both of them off quite nicely. I like that as a filter. Would I want to tweak that any more than that? I actually think that's quite good for the time being. What do we call this new filter idea? Who was this? Whose idea was this? I forget. Make yourself known. Owen. I'm going to call it Booth Strats. There you go. In your honor, my friend. They always have to have a pithy name. Yeah, like June, January kind of time. Actually, not January. Like late December. We might want to tweak it a bit more, but that's the basic. It found a nice amount of players. Not too many, not too low. Which is kind of what we want. And we've been able to add a good little chunk of those guys onto the recruitment focuses dashboard. Yeah, we're up to 360 again now. What I'll do after stream is I'll go through and run the Holy Scoop and all those things around it again. Yeah, it needs to be sort of after the Champions League final, essentially. That kind of period where there's no more domestic games for Europe. And then December. Because if you do it in January, a lot of the summer leagues will wipe into their new seasons by then. Minutes men. That is very good as well, actually. That is... Ooh. Yes, that's very good too. No, Finley. Right, 2 days till youth intake. Minutes men is very good. I may have to rename it. Or we can find some way to combine the two. And Leon Leonard, yes, we... I think either we loaned him to them, or when we played against him, he stood out to us as being like, oh, damn. Oh, dear. Moderate hamstring injury, right? He will never be playing again. Booth's Minuteman. That works. Booth's Minuteman works. Hello, Andy. It's going weird, basically. We have half of the attack... Basically, all the attackers were injured. Like, all of them. So we were playing a skeleton crew up front against Brighton, but we managed to beat them 7-4 on aggregate. Wasn't a lot of defending going on, as you can probably tell. Wait, did I not address an injury? Oh, my God. Horrible times. But other than that... Oh, I also spent £17 million on a footballer. Technically, it's 20.4 if you count the clause that I had in there too. But I think... This time it was worthwhile. And you've actually come just in time for the youth intake too. But also very good. Yes. The guy we're signing is very good. He's actually not shit this time, I promise. As in, even if I couldn't see his stars, and I knew nothing about him in terms of the stars, the attributes alone, I'd be signing him for the price I've paid. So I'm very happy with that. who's getting gone then? We can't get rid of Dewishwav. It's going to have to be Casimir's here. Our under 19s are not going to do great. And the physio, he's not my. He's out on loan. He doesn't count. So Vansgaard is in. Braithablick as well. I need to check on team reports as well. Heroes facing uncertain future. Right. And youth intake. So, what do you reckon? It might spoil it for us. No, it didn't. Okay, good. I reckon, genuinely, 5-star PA, one dude. No one else, one dude, 5-star PA. For attributes, I use... Well, I don't use the... I have a custom one, so it's just blue for the best, then green, then yellow, then red. 3.5. That would still be very good, but I just feel like this is the year we get someone that's better than that. Remember, the youth intake was supposed to be crap, but with an A-rated number 10. That's concerning that there are 2 top prospects and no elite, even though there was an A-rated player. And firstly, he hasn't joined us yet because it's March. So he will be. He's a first-team signing for sure. We actually tried to sign him a couple of years ago, but we couldn't afford him and the clout was not quite there at the time, but he's also developed a lot in the 2 years. Yeah, we were promised one guy who was good. Do you know what? That's clearly him. He might actually be all right. 4-star PA at this level is probably quite good. And the fact that he's a winger suggests that he has pace. So this is Simon Janas, the other guy. He's not awful, actually. Injury issues, sadly. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why he could even bump up slightly further. But this is the one guy. Come on. So he has got pace. Fairly professional personality. Bartłomiej Molski. Reasonably okay in pace. Can't tackle to save his life. He's very much a number 10. But the weaknesses are things that could improve. Physical game, operate at La Liga level, no hint of injury proneness. Could improve, what does it say? Could improve a lot in future too. Can play in a couple of positions. No hints of consistency issues. He's got, you can't see this actually, but there you go. Very strong left foot. Fairly strong right foot as well, so he's good on both feet. Birthplace was Olsztyn. Can speak fluent English as well. He's only 15, which means he's on the younger side as far as regens go. I'm okay with... Yeah, I know it does eat into their CA, doesn't it? But at least he's already got it rather than developing it, I suppose. Which would explain perhaps why he's 1-star, but like I think there's something there. I'd be very curious to see what his what the assessment of him is after we play the game with the extra players and all that jazz. Because it might reassess. And if it even reassessed up to, say, I don't know, 4.5 stars, then 6-year contract, get that locked down nicely. He certainly seems like the kind of, like, if anyone was going to burst or break into our first team from our youth academy, it would probably be this guy. Well, you just untrain them. So you just stand there with like a whisk as they run past. And if they start kicking the ball with their other foot, you just smack them with it. Get whisked, son. Lots of call-ups to the under-19s there, which I guess was good to see that they are at least good enough for that. And there is a few guys even going up into the under-21s here, like Adamchuk, who, you know what, he's actually turning into a reasonably good player out on loan at Polonia. So he might be one of our brighter ones as well. We haven't checked the nationalities, you're right. Any other fun call-ups? Krzyżanowski, Kotowos, Damasiewicz, and Rokłowski? Bloody hell. Nikodem Rokłowski, or Rotswowski. He's turned into quite a solid player. He's 22, admittedly, but still. Let me just quickly swing back around so we can see if there's any other nationalities. Usually there isn't, is there? So Marjak. Any non-Poles in here at all? No, not one. I think he must have been. Oh no, there is one. There's a Malta. There's a Malta guy! Josef Camilleri! Come on! Right after the Vida Zeniamol. Where was he born? Pembroke, of course. Right, you're getting a contract too. Vida's son. Welcome to the club. Welcome to Pushchini Mitsa, probably. Full-time contract, lad. Obviously. Believe in yourself, baby. Yes. Nice 5-year contract for Josef Camilleri. We nearly forgot about him because the badge was so similar. Let's check again. Make sure there wasn't any others that snuck through there. I don't believe there was. Yeah. Little bit of a lie. Just a teeny lie. That being said, the two best players in it were both the two that it said, because the other guy is a DM, but they were certainly not the difference between them as being C and A. Unless the other guy has got really good PA and we're getting a bad assessment of it right now. And maybe it will go up. Not go up, but like our opinion of it will go up. Are we seriously doing this again, bud? No. There you go. Good lad. No poor assessments now. Exactly. Molsky was very quick to sign a youth contract, would you believe? Been moved. Oh, it's because of TV coverage. Right, that's fine. So we've got... Sign this lad. Ooh. Did it went up already? Oh, wow. Also, I love how little of the box they're filling. He is 5'7" in fairness with 2 jumping reach, so that does explain a little bit of that, if nothing else. It's like he's peeping over it. Let me check again. What I might do is wait until he signs the contract, which he should do very, very soon. See, this is the thing about Thomas Hernandez. I think he, despite his excellences, I think he just has a ceiling on him, whereas I think Mana will take us beyond that while Adrian develops, and that will allow Thomas Hernandez to be a really good rotation option for us. He'll sign the contract in a second, I think. Unless he doesn't before the Arca game, which has... Oh, we've got international break in a minute as well. Shit. In that case, when is that Manchester City match? It's still the 6th of April. We're definitely doing Regen FM Christmas today because there's only one game in between. I forgot about the March international break. Witness Protection Dude. No, we haven't. What is the Witness Protection Dude's current name so we can go and change it again? Has he signed his deal? So I haven't quite learned his name yet. How do you do? We have, and we got a 4-star player in it, but chat believe he may have... Bloody hell. No, it was Molsky, wasn't it? So yeah, it was Molsky. So no, he hasn't gone up. But maybe he... I don't know. He's worth £5.8 million at the moment, though. So strength needs to change. I think I will just whack him on final third immediately because that is an area of his game that we know we can work on. And he's going to have to. The value's a good sign. I thought the other guy was the guy that signed the contract straight away, but it turns out it was actually Molsky. Incredible. Let's go with more of these call-ups. King Shitu got called up. I'm curious to see if any of those Japanese lads we were looking at in the scout report are actually any good. Because there was no shortage of them. Another 100 lads. Guy Sanchez. Was it... Oh, it wasn't Leon Lionheart, was it? It bloody was. That was literally him. The Witness Protection Dude was Leon Leonard. Or Leon Leonard. It worked, though, because I forgot. So, LM, so we want an M name. It actually fooled us all. Mikey Moore? Fuck it. Mikey Moore it is. He's back on loan. He'll do the job. Michael Maxson. A he. Ooh, that's a good sign. Winning 8-1 in a random friendly for the B team, albeit a random friendly for the B team, is still a good sign. Camilleri now signs a youth contract as well. Loads of people getting call-ups. Okay. This should be... Right, is anyone else fit again to play this game? So I can drop someone and start to get slowly... Yeah, we can start a roller for this one too. We definitely need to make sure there's someone missing for the bench. Oh, there actually isn't. Is anyone else back and ready yet? Cassidy still not yet. Montperus no. Pena no. Eldrick is still here. Oh, by the way, Eldrick asked to leave. Apparently I didn't bring in a Jamaican friend for him. I forgot I even promised him I would do that, but apparently I did. So he's currently upset with me as well. That's what we really can do at this point, isn't it? Hello, Pogsy. You okay? What's up? Oh. What's up? Bloody partners coming in, being beautiful and giving you cuddles. It's the worst, isn't it? Butter, steak too buttery, pillow too soft. Either way, if we play this well again in the next game, I think it's a really good sign that we're on the right track. It'd be nice if we could score some goals. Pog, you're doing that thing again where you're pulling me over. Your sheer animal magnetism. For a goose like me, I'm too easy to beat. Melancholia. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do it as a build up to this game. Why not? Chat, we're going to jump straight into a Harrow Bishop Ultras for once. I'm going to do it off the cuff. And a 5. And a 4. And a 3. And a 2. And a 1. And Harold, take it away.
The minute you get uptight, you're dead.
I get through Harold and I'm in the house where the coffee's green and the food is grouse. With sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I get through Harold and I'm in the house where the coffee's green and the food is grouse. With sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I try not to lose my temper with myself.
Oh, goodness sake and shit and balls.
The minute you get uptight, you're dead.
So I guess what we're looking out for in this game is Catalar to play better, the rating that Lucinio puts up, our possession stat, and how many shots we have. That's all I'm after. And also, hopefully, us scoring some actual goals for once. Because what's been there in the last few matches with this test is creativity, lots of shots, but the actual goal numbers haven't quite matched it yet. But it feels like it's primed and ready to pop off with like an 8-0 thrashing of somebody. Because everyone's just perfectly positioned in between the lines. It's Duru. Can he square it? Surely it's Catalar for the tap-in. A second goal in the league for Adan Katala. Finally, we've taken the lead. Whew. River corrupt. No, I'm innocent, officer. I would never. You can't. No, we're just not even going to get a replay. Oh, that was much more like it. Love the run into the channel. Lucinio's doing a great job in between those two as well. It allows this little pocket of space for a roller to operate in too. This is feeling spicy. Oh, it's a lovely run from Arolo as well into that little gap. It's got support from Alvarez. Go on. Okay. This feels like it's about to lead to something fun. Look at the little link up in the box here. Lucinio into the box himself. We've still got the ball. It's Obradovic. Oh, just wide. Come on. Yeah, Jens is somehow being unlocked a little bit more now. I feel like some of the changes we've made had forced him to do things that perhaps he wasn't as good at. Whereas now, he's getting all the space in the world for Lucinio to just Lucinio's basically a janitor in the midfield. Although, oh, nicely done again. He's that last line of defense. He's always available for a pass. Although that's actually Jens dropping deep there, interestingly. A roll around the side. Katala in again. Can he score another one? Oh, he should have done. But he created the chance. If he gets enough of those, just scores a hat-trick in this game out of nowhere. It seems like Arca are more open. They're letting us have... Wow, what a pass. They're letting us have way more space, although apparently we are too. Please don't foul him. Oh, what a touch from Thomas Hernandez. Thomas says no. You will not be doing that, in fact, lads. It feels like these sort of situations where we've actually got a bit of space to play through. And Jens is just dropping into these... Oh, that's Lucinio that time. I like it. The little three of them, all sort of interchanging passes and moving around. This is nice. That's gone straight out of play. Cool. I'll be very amazed if all three of them don't put up solid ratings in this game now. Yeah, I wonder if that is... And that's actually okay, because the dream scenario for me is he gives it to Jens, and then Jens chooses whether to pass it to Obradovic. Makes those decisions. I think as well, Lucinio's probably going to have huge pass completion numbers, because he's just ticking things over in that spot, always available. What a pass. Come on.
Do you know if
whip it across here.
Coming anytime soon?
It's fine. Come back inside.
Very soon.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Keeps it in play.
now.
Go again, lads. Have another shot at it. And a third opportunity at this one now. Come on. No. The pressure's still there. Sky Lewis. Well, hang on. Three Kyle. Kyle? Why am I struggling? I wanted to say Skylu, but that doesn't sound right to me. But let me know. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it, friend. I'm a fan of this. Whatever it is, it's working. Although Obradovic, I think in this style, is basically going to have one of those ones where he will get rating, but it will be from scoring goals, not from just outright play. His like assist and goals are going to be where his ratings are going to come from. What a finish from Dusan Obradovic on the full volley. 2-0 to Wisła. I couldn't have picked a better time to talk about that. He starts the play off by finding Alvarez, who just first time whips it to Naeem. And then full on the volley. God, just come. You'd love to see it. That's much easier for me. Thank you. Just a great, great goal. Possession's looking good. Not as good as it was in the last game, but almost too much before. I mean, this is lovely. And we're actually scoring the goals to go with it now, rather than just having chances. We're definitely going to be more open in transitions, for sure. But I think it'll make the games more interesting, more than anything else. Alvarez, can he cut inside and have a shot? No, that's fine. Doesn't need to. Just go straight past him and drill it. yeah, she did as well. Thank you for the follow.
Voltaire contracted syphilis just 2 blocks from here.
Be curious to see how we cope against better sides playing like this, because it certainly seems to have unlocked us against smaller sides. And even if we find ourselves in a situation where we've got one tactical style, like the one we played against Brighton, that we could play against the really good teams, and this one allows us to be more in control of games against worse sides, to actually break them down a bit easier, because Alvarez is just getting all the space in the world. Okay, that's a poor ball. But then Jens is just covering across for him. He's doing all the extra work. Oh, lovely little... Oh, go on, have a shot. And occasionally it encourages goals like that. Jose Alvarez. That was his weak foot. He's left-footed, and he's just bent one in the top bins with his right. Love that. Little interchange here between him and Jens is filthy, and he just thinks to himself, fuck it. Why not? Nobody's going to close me down. I'm just going to twat it. Keeper kind of has to be getting that. That's on his side. Oh... 3-0 up, and finally nice to see one of those sort of speculative efforts, if you like, go in. Everyone throughout the entire team has a 7 or above rating. Oh, Arola had to ruin it. Nice. Okay. This feels like it's got legs. I mean, that is dominant now. And even Catalar scored a goal. He and Duru haven't actually seen much of the ball since then, it doesn't seem like, but I'd be curious to see what our passing stats look like. Or just general stats. So where are the goals coming from and the XG? So Catalar has actually had 1.26 XG in this game. Duru's had none. But he's creating loads. The rest of it's spread around the team quite evenly, in fact. The fact that he's had none is a little bit concerning. Any dribbles completed? Passing numbers? Jens with the 11 progressive passes. That's a good sign. What's Lucinio's passing stats looking like? Only 9 progressive passes, but he's keeping the ball ticking around lovely. Oh, yes, no, it's 9, yeah. 9 is good. So it shows that him and Jens are really progressing things massively. I guess it's because he's... I guess he's going forward still. And he's got a key pass in there too. Yeah, 9 passes to Jens, basically. That's what we'd like to see. Any interceptions as well? Lucinio with 2 interceptions as well. 1 every header. That's crucial. That's where he's getting a lot of that grind rating from, is him making crucial headers. He's not completing tackles because they're probably not even having to tackle the ball. He's intercepting the ball when it gets cleared, or he's getting on those headers. Yeah, a tall boy there, basically a centre-back that can kind of do a job on the ball is what we're looking for in that role. I mean, he is kind of him. I might start training him in possession, though, so he gets a bit better at that role. Although he'll get there just by playing, right? That's really good to see. Anything else that stands out? No XA. Actually had a bit of XG himself as well. Amazing. Alvarez is creating... Naeem's actually not created much yet so far. The fact that Duru's had no shots is a little bit rough, but that might just be the way they're set up. But he is creating stuff at least. Although I suspect that what he's created is the chance that Catalar put away. Either way, a second half where things continue like that would be very intriguing. Ooh. What's this? Played a crucial role for Vida Casablanca and player of the match performance during Vida Casablanca's one. Yeah, you probably would. That'll do it. Okay. Just get us back up to double-digit shots on target, 3.5 XG or something, so we know that we're still creating stuff. The second half will wear off a little bit. Arola's been a little bit unimaginative in this game, but at least it's a 6.9, so he's obviously done something. That's dropping off a little now. Maybe I should get him a little rest, and then we finally have options off the bench, someone like a Herrera. I want to see if Bellingham can slot into that role. And do we even have another striker available at this stage? Not really, no. Although I could bring Bellingham in there and actually bring... who is it? Pazos or Igira even deeper? Because I think he could do the job. And maybe the wing-backs? Since name's on a booking as well, it feels like a moment for... I love that John is now rated higher than Coffee on the right-hand side. Okay. I see him. An idea. What's John like on the right-hand side of our tactic instead? Since he clearly sucks ass on the left for some reason whenever he plays, can he do it on the left-hand side if he's cutting inside maybe? Maybe he's more of a passer of the ball instead and can cause, particularly as an advanced wing-back, which is the role he's playing, maybe it will sort of chef for us a little bit. Oh, it's deflected and it's in. It's Katala again. Technically, Jens will get the assist for that. European cities have other countries... yes, there is, yeah. If you go to the Europe page, you know where the coefficient would be. There's a box next to it that says something like qualification. I'll show you after the game. But in that, you can see who has what qualification places. Jens' shot just deflects through straight into the path of Catalar, but he was in the right position to take advantage of the chance. 4-0. Another good opening for us. Jens with another assist. I don't know how many assists he's got today. Just the 2, but that's a really good sign. He's able to sort of orchestrate the game a little bit more now. We're creating at an absurd rate. Why not randomly this tactic is going to pop off for like a 7 or 8-0 win at some point? Look at that from Lucinho. They're just not even getting into our half because he won't let them. He's just right there, sitting in this little pocket, creating things, stopping play dead. Oh, Catalar again over the crossbar. That little foot in that he got right at the start near the centre circle there is exactly what he's doing that we're not seeing in the highlights a lot of the time. And that's why his rating is so good, because he's just putting himself about a little bit. Jens can be the starter. If he keeps playing like this, as long as he damn well pleases, really. That and until we get some youngsters that kind of come through and start to challenge. And at the moment, there just isn't really anyone in the pipeline yet, other than maybe Al Chalky. But he was more based around the old sort of style of play. And I think part of the issue we've got at the moment is that with the constant changes to tactics and fluids, it's hard to sort of recruit for the future based on that, because you're not quite sure what sort of system you're going to be playing with that in mind. Catalar now, I think this is his first dual goal game. That's a poor effort, man. He's almost playing like a Kante type role. I think Jens will definitely tide us over for a couple more seasons until the guy appears, basically. But 4-0 there, very, very happy. That's much more like it. Just domination from start to finish. Our possession stats. Oh, very good. Yeah, that's Catalar with a brace, Jens with 2 assists. I want to see what the actual lasting stats are of the game. Duru did actually have... Oh, yeah, he didn't get a chance at all. What about the bench? Or did he finish the game? Yeah, Duru having no real openings in this game. And neither did Job, concerningly. We didn't check the other European games. I'm an idiot. You're right. Catalar, though, is getting chances now. We may have just broken the other player. Because the AP's not really creating much, nor is he having many chances. But again, different teams will have different effects. 19 progressive passes for Jens. Not bad. Lucinho was 17. If anything, he got better in the second half. He was actually opening up a bit more and starting to spray some passes around. I wonder if it's because he had different guys in front of him that were taking some of the weight off. Yeah. Tuesday will be a real test for us. But that's a really strong sign. What about defensively? So he actually did win some tackles at the end. Won a few headers. Interceptions actually fell off a bit. I think they might have shifted at half time. Oh, nice. Threw it to the back post. Hey. I guess it could just... I guess long throws stat doesn't necessarily mean that they can't throw it long. It just means that they're perhaps inaccurate with it. That's really nice. Catalar scout by top. They only want him now, don't they? Of course. Right, let's check. Oh, it's just nice. I mean, Catalar is getting a lot of XG, so he's going to struggle to catch up to his XG by the end of the season. But Jesus, he's up to 13.4 now. He's still 4 behind. It's going to take some effort, but he will get there, I promise. Yeah, John looked... I think it's a tough one, but that certainly shows that John could be an option on the right-hand side as well. I mean, Coffee does great numbers there too, in fairness. Mushroom
Happy
Man!
Easter, Matto and Chatto.
2 months,
Say
my friend.
hi to Mrs. Shroom and my lovely mother-in-law.
I will. Big up the mother-in-laws. Big up the shroom. That's a strange thing to say. What was I going to... Oh, yeah. Other Polish sides in Europe, Matt. Come on. Did they get through? Yes, they fucking did. Lech Poznan beat Aruka. Hell yes, lads. So round of 16. I have no words for that. What on earth happened here? They drew the first leg 1-1 in Portugal, and that they won 6-0 in Poland. We'll do it fixtures, it's easier. Six goals off of 1.38 XG. Hello, Inferno. I mean, fair play, lads. Maybe save some of that, though. Didn't need as many. It's a good sign, though. They're actually through to the quarterfinals of the Europa, where they will, of course, play, what was it? Cadiz. That's not going to be easy. Realistically, if they somehow get past Cadiz, it probably is over for them. Unless they were to draw Saturday in Freiburg. There's some tough teams left. The question is, did Corona beat Braga? This happens so often in previous Building a Nation saves. the old Polish side or whoever wins the group stage, and then the second they play anyone who, even if they finish like 19th in the group, they just lose to them in the first knockout round. That used to happen so much back in Hungary and Malta. What was the final score, at least? I mean, they must have lost the game. 2-2. Ah, and they were 2-0 up as well. Lads, what are you doing? That is such a shame, man. That is such a fucking shame. Ah. Well, either way. 22 for long. Oh, maybe not. I don't know, actually. Where is bro? He's just quite a good average rating. Oh, he's down there. Yes. In fact, nearly a year, in fact. But he does like big... Not only does he like them, he relishes them. My God, he's really good as well, actually. Lots of Costa Ricans. Ooh, okay. To be fair, there was some Costa Ricans when we looked as well. Anyway, I said I was going to finish a bit earlier today, and that's what I'm going to do. Because that way we can finish off the season on Tuesday. And that way we'll actually get a recap video out done properly and on time for once. Rather, or not for once, but otherwise I would literally not have been able to get the video done. So... plus it's Easter Sunday. I'm going to go spend time with my family, otherwise known as POG. And, no way from Christmas. We will make that the starter of next stream. Because it's still like another 10, 11 days away in game. I'll go to that off stream, and then we can literally start off with that. That'll be like our first order of business. Because as much as it's only 11 days away, that might actually still take quite a long time in this, because you know how FM can be sometimes. Because knowing us, we'll get scouting reports, and I'll just get distracted knowing me. Oh, not even a single cap for international team. I guess that national team is Spain, and what you've got to remember is that Spain is completely flooded in this save because of the way that silly thing's set up. Divalio, or Divilo, thank you for the follow. If you are new and you've enjoyed today's stream, drop a follow. I really would appreciate that. And I now get to find someone to send you over to, and there's only one man for the job. If I could actually load into Twitch properly, because for some reason I'm not actually even on my followed channels page. Wait, how did I end up on the full-on Twitch homepage? That was very strange. Right, can I now get to FM? Got them in the end, friends. Took a moment. Wait, is Clates not... Oh. I swear it said Clates was streaming, and now he's gone. Twitch lied to me, chat. Just to clarify, Clates isn't streaming, right? He was showing up on my following, but now he's just disappeared. Unless he's just started. But I don't think that's likely. Let's read Bassi. Oh, Bassi's actually streaming. That'll be cool. Just gone live. Ah, fair enough. Probably the same thing I am doing, right? So, in that case, we get to raid Bassi Boy, who... He of the stadium packs, which I still haven't actually looked into fully yet, but I will do at some point. Yeah, so I guess I'll leave you with this. Check out the scouting video. Went out earlier on the main channel. I will have the recap out in the middle of the week, obviously, once we finish that. And then work begins on one of the many other projects my brain wants to work on. I'm feeling good. We're in the good zone. And hopefully, get to another Champions League final next stream. Probably not, just because of all the injuries. But maybe the new tactic is the way, or it's going to be what costs us our place in Europe entirely. So, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for those gifted subs on the chat. It was incredibly kind of you. Hold your guns. Capybara. Carla, honey chat.